this love, but God is so raw. Make your goose stepping out of control.
It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the floor. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Connected to the light. With my snow bunny love. Been party about the night.
see her eyes shining. She's my snow bunny piece. In the winter lights, so she's my sweet dust of free. Touch to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. Make your goose stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the floor. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Connected to the light. With my snow bunny love. Been party about the night.
see her eyes shining. She's my snow bunny piece. In the winter lights, so she's my sweet dust of free. Touch to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. Make your goose stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the floor. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Connected to the light. With my snow bunny love. Been party about the night.
see her eyes shining. She's my snow bunny piece. In the winter lights, so she's my sweet dust of free. Touch to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. Make your goose stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the floor. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Connected to the light. With my snow bunny love. Been party about the night.
All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. This is another note session. I'm going to be typing out notes as we watch some of these Umar Johnson videos. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. Thanks to all the members too. We did a member live earlier today. We were supposed to be 20 minutes, but it went like an hour and 20 minutes. We mainly talked about Umar, and he's over in Africa right now, if you guys don't know. And there's video footage that has surfaced. We covered that. We talked about other stuff too. I want to thank all of our members. Also want to thank our mods for handling business during these live streams. And thank everyone inside the Cook Fresh Chat. Cook Fresh Chat is undefeated. This Umar saga continues to roll on along. And this documentary that I'm working on is going to be major. This will be the major work, my major work, I would say, over the last 7 years. It's something else. So what I like to do is, before we get into the new year, be caught up on all of my notes, so that going into the new year, when I live stream, I can actually take notes while we're watching these older Umar Johnson videos. Right now, I'm into 2019, and I've already gone all the way back to 2000. There's a video that's from 2005, 2006, but it didn't appear online until 2011. But I'm working my way, all the videos that I can find online that are still online, all the way up to 2019. And then I have a lot of videos I got to go through from Instagram and his Facebook page. I've already downloaded all of those. Some of those are duplicates from the ones that I've already taken notes on. But this is a massive undertaking, and I want to thank everyone for your support over these many years. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, if you would like, if you can, I would appreciate it if you can thumbs up. Thank you so much, Mixer Smano. Thanks for being here, beautiful Bernice. Hope you're doing all right. And Harold is in the building. Good. The AI in the song, it appeared online. I don't know who did it. Actually, I know where it appeared online, but I don't have that right now. I could find it though. It was on, I want to say it was on, was it Instagram or it was on TikTok? One of the two. But I don't know who actually did. I don't know if the person who uploaded it there when I found it, if that's the person that did the AI rendition, the video AI. And I don't know if they did the song too. The song could have been done by AI because they do have that ability these days. Very catchy tune though, very catchy tune. So today, what I want to do again is start going through these videos. I'm going to try to get through at least most of the rest of these notes. I spent about maybe an hour and a half before this live stream working on some of these notes, but I still got quite a bit to go through. Okay, so that's what our agenda is for today. Also, I'm thinking about doing a live stream for New Year's Eve. It'll start during the day and then go into New Year's, and then we'll celebrate, the 2025 coming in, and then I'll probably end up coming back on New Year's Day and live stream too, but it just wouldn't be a long live stream. There is a poll for that. If you're interested in that, if you would be interested in me doing something like that, hit yes. If you're not, hit no. And then based upon votes and everything, I'll do it or I won't do it. Okay, I may do it anyway. Why not? Okay, so we're gonna go to 2019. And this is a video. This is a word radio with David Barnes. That's Father David. But there's also this other video that you guys hopefully will get to today that you guys have got to see. And I took notes on this. I was laughing the whole time. This is one from 2019, June 24th. He was on the Player T show, Hollywood in the Hood. Do I need to say that again, Cookie Crush chat? The Player T show, Hollywood in the Hood. Okay, I'm just gonna play a little bit of this. We'll come back to it a little bit later on.
Credentials telling the Black truth as unapologetically as I do. So what do you do with someone whose truth you don't want to admit to? You have to hide them under the radar. You have to keep them off of Oprah. You got to keep them off of
or you
Dr.
put out a
Phil.
smear campaign.
Or you put out the smear campaign, because the truth is, nobody, if you notice, none of my detractors ever attack my work. They never attack the work. It's always
You don't have no work, you big. Let me stop. Let me stop. How's it going, Barry? I was about to go in already. Let me stop. Umar, you don't have no work. What I mainly critique, let's be clear, I mainly critique this FDMG school scam. And that's not work, because you're over in Africa right now. You ain't even handling business. He does that I explain this every winter. He does this. This is what the live stream was for members today. Wintertime comes and Umar, he bounces. He leaves. He tries to get out of Philadelphia. He tries to get out of Wilmington, Delaware, because it's cold up over there in the snow. He don't like the cold. He don't like the snow. He does it every single year. He's over there. He's over there in Ghana right now. So the work, Umar, first of all, you don't work. You don't got a job. You don't do anything except run your mouth. What do you do? But secondarily, Umar, this idea of FDMG that you conceptualized in 2005, that's not work. You took $400,000 out of the, you had $1 million, at least $1 million at the time. You take $400,000 of the $1 million that you had collected over $1 million, and you buy these abandoned buildings. That's not work. And all these so-called renovations that you do, we have people come for work for free. That's not work. Painting, like 6 times over the last 6 years, that's not work. That's laziness. So anyway, we're going to get to this video a little bit later on, but it's fun.
There's always something offhand.
Personality, personal life lies that they fabricate, but you can't touch the work.
What's up with the FDMG Academy then?
Well, clear one thing up for me. I don't mean to jump around. The academy itself.
Yes.
Like, we came across some real discerning stuff. Like, there was actually a social media page designed to smear you.
Yes, sir. 2 of them.
I couldn't believe it. And one thing they were harping on was the academy. They don't believe it's true. They're saying it's built on toxic land. And,
oh no, that's
and
not true.
They took issue with your ownership of the school.
Yeah. Well, they take issue.
It was built on toxic land. EPA report. That'd have been a documentary too. It's the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. That whole area, though, I did the research into Wilmington, Delaware. It was an industrial city. It started off as an industrial city. That's why those buildings don't have any basements, because there were storage tank for, there used to be storage tanks for, it was a chemical plant. So there were these massive storage tanks under these buildings. Like if you go to the gas station, the gas storage tanks they're under. They put all that in before they, lay cement down and all that stuff. Well, they did the same thing with these buildings. So when the EPA goes in there in 2019, I believe it was, I think they started the inspection of that whole area because it's toxic all around there. There's a quarry lake right towards the back of the Boys and Girls Club. There's children a child that died in that quarry lake too. That's drowned. I've done all the research. Anyway, it's toxic. And so what ended up happening was EPA, when they went in there and they did analysis of these different sites, they classified these abandoned buildings, the same ones that Umar Johnson purchased, as brownfield catalyst sites. You guys go and look up what a brownfield is. It's a plot of land that is toxic, And sometimes it's so toxic that you can't do anything with them other than pave over them. And that report just said, like, the only thing they could recommend for this particular property, because the toxicity was so great that they couldn't build any structures on it, and no one could live on it, and they didn't want anyone touching the soil. So what they recommended was that they pave it over with cement. Well, these buildings up there in Wilmington, Delaware, they're classified as brownfield catalyst sites by a government agency, and that's not the only buildings that they classify that as. It's just that whole area is toxic. It has been when those buildings were built, the company that was operating out of there was it was something like Zeus Chemical Inc. or something like that. It was a Greek god or something like that, Zeus or something, but it was Chemical Inc. It's a chemical production facility, and they would produce chemicals for munitions for the army or for the military. So yeah, that's why these buildings were classified as such. And so even though Umar Hill, I know he knows about that report by now, but that'd have been a documentary too. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I'm going to start with this one. This was the Father David interview. I'm going to start typing out these notes. And thank you all so much for tuning on in too. I appreciate it.
The president of Ghana for making this the year of return, inviting everyone back home. Yeah. I think that was a powerful move, as well as the dual citizenship law that will soon have a regulation.
Oh, this is interesting. He's over in Ghana right now.
With it, that would allow us to apply for dual citizenship. So I really do appreciate Ghana for that. It's interesting because back in the early 1920s, a century ago, Liberia was the mecca of Pan-Africanism. All the Pan-Africanists from the early 20th century, they wanted to go to Liberia. Marcus Garvey, right. Henry Highland Garnett, Alexander Crummell, Martin Delaney. Right. It was all about Liberia, Nigeria. Right. Now Ghana has taken the mantle of Pan-Africanism.
Well, our co-host, Michael A. Griffin, CEO of Ashanti Produce International, is in Ghana right now. Wow. I told you he was going to be on. He said he's going to try to call in tonight.
Yes, sir.
And he's actually working on getting his residency so he can get a dual citizenship.
Yes, sir.
But he has to stay there at least 30 days.
Yeah.
So he's thinking about it. He wants to do it now, but he's contemplating because his wife's having a family reunion in July.
He might got to start them 30 over.
Yeah. So, but he's in Ghana right now, working on the Reclaim the Grain project with Ashanti Produce International. And
we better reclaim that grain. Not to cut you off, Brother David, but I just read an article about how the European crop corporations, Monsanto and others, they're trying to expand intellectual property rights to indigenous African grain seed. Wow. So they want to say that I own this grain, this seed is my intellectual property, and you cannot use it or reproduce it in any way without my permission.
They do that here in America already.
Oh yes, but they're trying to do it in Africa. Wow. If it passes, oh my goodness, that would be so destructive.
It will. And so he's there working, and we're doing some projects there in Africa, because as I mentioned when I talked to the people in Africa, that the world in real time right now is seeing a paradigm shift here in America.
Yes.
And the shift does not include any plans for black people here.
No, sir.
So I said we need to look to Africa for sustainability.
Oh, absolutely. You better.
Yeah.
One of the central tenets of Pan-Africanism is that there's no future for African people without Africa. Mm-hmm. We only go as far as the mother country. Right. The Honorable Marcus Garvey said a strong man is strong everywhere. That China...
No, he's still a fan because he had him on recently. I actually downloaded the video, but I just never got around to it. Maybe we can cover that for the when we do the marathon, if we do the marathon. But yeah, he still rocks with Umar. He had him on. I don't know what he was talking about, but he still has them on.
He's are strong wherever they go. Yeah. The Jews are strong wherever they go. The Africans are weak wherever we are. Yeah. Until Africa is strong, none of us will be. Yeah. And I think one of the biggest contradictions of the Black American struggle, the Black British struggle, the Black Caribbean struggle, we have always fought in an isolated way, separate from the continent. Our struggles have never been united. Pan-Africanism has existed in theory since Garvey, but not in practice.
That's right. And that's one of the things we don't do. We don't practice. We talk a lot, but we don't put it into practical applications.
I just heard Dr. Omar said that the Africans were given the flag.
Yes.
They were given the paper.
In the anthem.
And no, in the anthem, there's no political power.
Yes, sir. Unfortunately, I believe that so much of African leadership is handpicked. And I think that the mistake that Africa is making, just like Black America, is that we are getting distracted with political campaigns and not resource control. See, I don't care if he's the president of Ghana or you're the president of Ghana. What I care about is the redistribution of the wealth and who actually controls it. See, they're distracting us with these party, you know, you go to any African country, just like here, you got your Democrats, your Republicans, you know, but it's different names. We're worried about popularity contests instead of power domination. I don't care who's in charge. I care about controlling who's in charge. And so while we're worrying about putting a personality in there, all of them are carrying out the same agenda because they're too busy signing those loans from the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, which are impoverishing Africa because the structural...
Okay, I've already finished the notes for this one. So let me just skip to a couple of parts just so you guys can see. Umar wanted to speak in front of the African Union. He talks about that at the 8-minute and 20-minute mark. I don't know who he thinks he is, living in his mama clause and want to speak in front of. That's crazy. He talks about FDMG donations at the 12-minute and 20-second mark. He talks about a business plan. And what he's saying is that I think he's teaching the boys how to build a business or create a business plan, but he don't even have one for this fake school.
What is he doing with that money? He's doing the campaign to raise money to build a
Oh,
school.
man.
That's what I say. But they don't ask that about when they pay them tithes to the
No, they
churches
don't.
every week.
No, they
don't
don't.
say nothing about their pastor riding around in the big fat Cadillac.
They
don't
never
have no
ask them
problem
rappers.
with that.
They don't
I'm
go to
on
the
it.
rappers and
I'm
say,
on
what
it.
you do with all the money we do with our ticket sales? I ain't never seen them down at the school board meeting asking the school district of Philadelphia, what you doing with my tax dollars? But soon a black man say he...
Yeah, that's not the same, Umar. See? Everyone pays taxes. Not everyone donates to a fake school, this scam. So if you say you're going to open up a school for black boys and you take millions of dollars, $2.6, $2.7 million by now, and you have nothing to show for it after 10 years since the St. Paul school scam, that's not the same as people like me and other people who are taxpayers. Okay. And many of us, we have taxes because we have a job or a business. You don't have a job or a business.
He wants to raise money and do something positive. Now we need a business plan. We need...
Yeah, I'll put that in here. I put false equivalency. I have that in my notes. I put FDMG donations, false. Look, I'm not even going to type anything else. I'm going to show you guys. You won't hear me typing anything. I'm just going to do a screen share. I'm going to click the button, like two clicks. Here's the one click, present, another click to share. I'm going to share the entire screen. I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to click share now. Okay, and then now I'm going to bring it up. Look. 12-minute and 20-second mark, FDMG donations, false equivalency. And then he starts talking about a business plan, cleanup day, small school to open before it gets cold outside. Grand opening 2019. See? He does that a lot, though. This is not uncommon with this guy. This document is 192 pages, 34,715 words so far. Got a lot more work to be done. Okay? He uses false equivalencies all the time. Okay? He's known for that. Oh, did you guys see where I put HNIC? Yeah. That's on there too.
Curriculum. Negro ain't even got a GED. Talk about he need to review my business plan. Get the hell out of here.
That's like they did the same thing with the millionaire about.
See, Umar don't have no business plan. Anyway, he did say the small school was going to open before it gets cold, and that would have been in 2019. Obviously, that didn't take place. See. He also talks about the post-traumatic slavery disease, which is stolen. That's plagiarism from Dr. Joy DeGruy. He says that at the 15-minute, 40-second mark. He also talks about the cease and desist letter that he received from Pennsylvania about the donations. He also talks about the HNIC at the 23-minute, 20-second mark. He also said that he was contacted by one athlete, and it was a star on the Golden State Warriors, which would have to either be Draymond Green, Steph Curry, or Klay Thompson. And that's when he said he lost the $1 million because they were going to donate. That means that because he was dealing with that stripper, that's the whole big story that he creates in his mind. That's at the 26-minute and 5-second mark. I can skip to it. And I'll play that real quick. And then we'll get to the next video. Here we go.
for young Black America. That along with hip hop is. I never thought anything could overtake the video game, but social network has. You know, I commented last week on an interview when I learned that Minister Farrakhan was banned from Facebook. I was not happy to hear that they did that to the minister, but this is what I said. I hope they ban us all. And the reason I hope that they ban us all, because number one, they're never going to let us use those platforms to spread the message we need to spread in the first place. And secondly, Black people have gotten so politically lazy. All they want to do is sit home and surf those social network pages. I want them to kick all the activists off.
I thought about that. I actually thought about that. We'll see.
Because that'll force Black people to get off their behind, get off the couch, go to the community meeting, and let's organize.
Either that or they'll stay asleep on their couch.
Absolutely. But I support a whole.
And he was slick about it too, because really what he was trying to do is make it seem as to turn the conscious stripper into a villain. Like she's the reason why, because she deceived him and she was a seductress. Remember how he was saying that about Hillary Clinton in the video for members that we watched? That was crazy. That was wild. Umar's nuts. But he was trying to turn the conscious stripper into a villain by suggesting that he lost $1 million because he was dealing with her. See, and that $1 million would have put him in a position to open up the school. So ultimately, it's her fault that the school didn't open. Well, Umar's something else.
Wholesale ban of all Black activists from social network to force Black people to get up and do something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, make sure you vote.
I've only had one athlete contact me in my life to potentially donate. And I believe he had every intention of doing so, but we just never was able to connect. He left me voice message. I left you his. I don't want to give his name, but I will say this. Yeah. He was a member of the Golden State. He is a member of the Golden State Warriors.
He's such a liar.
And he actually left me a direct voicemail. He's a superstar. And he was going.
Superstar would only be Steph Curry, though. So Steph Curry, I mean, can you guys think this is 2019? Who else on that roster in 2019 is a superstar? You can't say Draymond Green. You can't say Klay Thompson either. So in essence, Umar is suggesting here, he's a liar. He's saying that Steph Curry was going to drop $1 million on his bum ass. Well, Umar, he a trip. Yeah, but Draymond's not a superstar. He's never been a superstar. Okay. Now, Steph did put together that janky cartoon with that cartoon character that looked like Umar, but that's another topic for another time. Yeah, like Steph, he won't send his kids to FDMG. As much shit talking that Umar talk about people who are quote unquote biracial. I've heard him say shit about Steph Curry too. I have a video where he talks about how they want to have the agenda is to they want to have all Black people look racially ambiguous. This is Umar talking. They want them to look like Steph Curry. He's such a shit talker. Umar, he shit talks. Yeah, I got it right here. This is Dr. Umar Johnson at the Black Repertory Theater. It's on YouTube under Black People One is a YouTube page. You can go to the 28-minute and 20-second mark. I got all my shit. Don't worry, I got the receipts. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one. He talks shit about him in other ones too. There's one right. This is the one I was talking about. This is the from 2018. Dr. Umar Johnson speaks on Drake and blackface. This is on the YouTube page DJ Hustleman Street Music. And in this video, Umar says they want everyone to look like Steph Curry, Mariah Carey, Klay Thompson. This is all the colorism. So yeah, so Steph is going to want to send you some money. You need to cut it out. See, it says America has an agenda to biracialize the entire Black America. This is what Umar said. Yeah, I know. But he always does. That's a colorism. That's Umar. He's a colorist. He don't like, I don't even want to say it, but it's true. Umar, he don't like light-skinned people. He don't, because he thinks he's so dark-skinned. He's not even dark-skinned. He's brown. But he has so many hangups about his skin color. He said some crazy shit about Barack Obama too. He called him a half-breed or some shit like that. He called who do you call a quadroon? Hold on. I said what? And he was talking about octoroons and quadroons. I have it right here. This is in the Tariq Bey and Dr. Umar Abdullah Johnson, 2011 at Black and Noble Books. He also did it again in part 2 of the Dr. Umar Johnson in Detroit in 2014. The octoroon, quadroon, Negro. And then he also was talking octoroon, mulatto, disrespect of Serena Williams. This was in a Dr. Umar Johnson, Africa for the Africans in 2017. He called Kamala Harris a quadroon. This guy, he sees something else. Anyway, let's keep going.
Want to donate, but we just never connected. He's the only celebrity ever, that particular Golden State Warrior. And he's one of the more famous ones. He's the only celebrity to ever leave me a voicemail to discuss potentially donating to my school. None of the rappers, none of the artists,
none of this is true.
None of the actors. They all know me. They text me. They come to my lectures. They come backstage. But when it comes time to donate or stand next to me, they don't want to be involved. Because at the end of the day, they are scared to offend the hand that feeds them. The white power structure. Not to mention, for most of them, their music is bought by who? White children in the suburbs. So they don't want to cut off the gravy train.
Listen, Umar, the white kids in the suburbs, they ain't worrying about your goofy ass. You need to cut it out. He's so ridiculous. Let me share one other thing with you guys, and then where I can get going on the next video with the notes. So let me go to what year? What was this? 2019. Okay, 2019. Okay, so 2019 6/24. There's one thing, other thing. This goes to 32-minute 20-second mark, and then we'll go to the next video. So 32:20.
I'm looking forward to that Africa trip. Yeah.
Resurrection.
Yeah. I got some other bad news. I don't know if you want to speak on it, but you know the Nat Turner land down in Virginia that was owned by Elder Khalifa? He was a black book publisher. He published Amos Wilson's Developmental Psychology of the Black Child.
Yes.
But anyway, he owns over 100 acres of the land where the Nat Turner rebellion took place. His house is going into foreclosure. They selling it tomorrow.
Umar shouldn't have been talking about this because it actually reveals something else that I've been talking about. And I have the receipts on this. How's it going, Alexa? I have receipts on this because there's someone, and I already vetted them. They had sent me receipts, documents, and everything. What Khalifa was doing, because he claims to own all the 100 acres down there. But if he can't even handle his own, where his house is at, how he going to own 100 acres? But what he was doing was that he was selling, or at least giving the illusion that he's going to sell acres to people. And then they would put in their deposit and then come. And I have the receipts on this, but then come to find out the property was in foreclosure. The acreage that he, and so they were trying to talk. As soon as they sent him the money, he would ghost them. They even have pictures of going down there and having people inspect the property that they were supposed to be buying, and they finally went ahead. I have it. They finally went ahead and made payment, and after they made payment, he ghosts them. And then they do further research and finds out that the property is in foreclosure. So why is he selling it to these people if they're in foreclosure? Yeah, exactly. It's another scam. Y'all remember I talked about this in the past? Hit the one. I talked about this years ago. But see, I didn't get to this particular video. I didn't do this video. It was probably about 3 weeks ago where I said, here we go. See? In my notes, I have the way that I have it inside my notes. When I wrote it down, I put all kinds of stars because it's the record to remember that this is an important piece to this. Who you affiliate with is indicative of your character. And I'm going to say it, Elder Khalifa, he's a scam artist. You remember Umar was trying to get people to go down there? I told people years ago, I said, what Umar was doing was getting people to go down there. And then Khalifa would try to get them in to see if they would be interested in purchasing some acres down there off of him. See? Let me play that back. Watch this.
Owned by Elder Khalifa. I'm looking forward to that Africa trip.
Yeah.
I've been going once a year for 6 years.
Yeah.
I need that boost. It's like a battery
like
charge.
A resurrection.
Yeah. I got some other bad news. I don't know if you want to speak on it, but you know the Nat Turner land down in Virginia that was owned by Elder Khalifa? He was a black book publisher. He published Amos Wilson's Developmental Psychology of the Black Child.
Yes.
But anyway, he owns over 100 acres of the land where the Nat Turner rebellion took place. His house is going into foreclosure. They selling it tomorrow. 150,000 is what he need to save.
Wow.
See this?
So now we might not. I normally go to Nat Turner land every August 21st because that's the day that the war started. It's also my birthday. This might be the first year I can't go because he may no longer own the house.
Wow.
Sad. We got to get our economics together.
See this? He may no longer own the house. Well, then why was he, if he's already that bad in 2019, why was he trying to sell property to these people? And then they come to find out that it was in foreclosure. And this is before 2019. I can pull it up. Hold on one second. Let me just, so for timeline's sake, and then we'll go to the next video. Scammers. This is scammers. That's all it is. What is it? Nat Turner land or something like that? No, it's not coming up under that. Khalifa, maybe? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, they were emailing me back in 2020. And so that's after. This is after this video. That's even worse. Let me see when they sent me their first email. They got pictures and everything. They got pictures of them standing with the guy. And then they have screenshots from cell phone messages where we were originally looking to purchase 10 acres, but after a couple of installment payments, we learned of the bankruptcy. That's what it was, bankruptcy. Yeah. In 2015, my husband and I, were introduced to a man named Khalifa. Mr. Khalifa owns 123 acres of land and his house sits on 23 acres. See, we had originally agreed to purchase land by making monthly installments. We had discussed purchasing 30 acres, but later agreed upon 10. After paying for our first acre and a half, we found out that the land was caught up in a bankruptcy case and he was unable to sell the land. We remained in communication with him. However, we did cease payment. We advised Mr. Khalifa that we would like to receive a deed for the acre and a half that was paid for before we continued payment on the remaining acreage. Mr. Khalifa agreed to provide a deed for the acreage paid for as a sign of good faith since he had failed to initially inform us of the bankruptcy, and we would then proceed with paying for the remainder of the 10. It goes on and on and on. And I remember later I emailed him again and asked him, I said, it seems like Mr. Khalifa's scam is ongoing. Did you ever get your money back? And they said, no, sir. He called a few months ago saying he would send it, but we received nothing. I think we may just file pro se since we have records of payments, text, audio, etc. Like I said, he's never denied us paying him. He just continues to stall on delivery. How many times have we heard Umar try to get people to go down there? Scam artists. I'm trying to tell y'all. I've been done told y'all. It is what it is. I don't even know if I'm gonna have that in a documentary or not. It may be out of, I may or may not. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so we're done with that particular video. Wait a minute, where did I put this? I just typed all this out. Oh, I typed it on the wrong one. That's why. I put it in the Play a T show, Hollywood in the Hood. So what I'm going to do, let me copy this and paste it for this one, and then we'll do the Play a video next. Okay. All right, so let's go to this one, and I have to actually go into my notes because I'm going to skip over some of this for now. I'll come back to it, but let me find. This is 2019, August 1st. Come on, where's the player T at? I'm sorry. Hold on, everybody. I apologize. I just got to have this ready to go. I think, is this it? No. 8-1. Yeah, I know it's here because I just had it. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll start playing it and then I'll find it. Let's see. So Louis Sakazagone says, if someone mentions Pan-Africanism, Black power, support Black, or anything along those lines, hide your wallet, close your purse, and run. Yeah, the thing is, Pan-Africanism is antiquated. You know, it's non-functional today in 2024, going into 2025. Same thing when people talk about Black power. I mean, that's what, from the 60s. You know, Pan-Africanism goes way, way back. It could be argued that Malcolm X was a Pan-Africanist. See, you know, or you have to support Black people, and it's like shaming. You know, they try to shame people. I've heard Father David do it. I've heard that one guy that was selling the orange drink, the fat burn, whatever it was, try to shame Black people into giving them money. But it all comes back to getting money. See? So that's one of the big problems with this whole Black conscious space, is that a lot of it is just people trying to come up. It's just nothing more than a hustle. A lot of what they say, they don't even believe in it. There's a lot that Umar say, I know he don't believe in it, but he'll keep running with it because he don't even believe in opening up a school, but he still collect money for a school that don't exist. You know, so these are red flags. You know, hide your wallet, hide your kids, hide your wife. Okay, thanks Louis for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, let me go ahead and start this one. I got to find it in my notes so I can start typing it out. Here we go.
With anything I do. Here's
the game is mine. The game.
Oh,
of jobs for white.
Somebody got to tell the truth, man. How do you get that to take hold around the country, where administrators, people that open up schools, where they want to listen to you, and then they actually think about it and then employ that thought?
Well, the thing is, I've really never had anyone in a strategic, mainstream way to take issue with my message. It's indefensible. My truth is nothing but the truth. So you can't debunk it.
Right.
Because it's the truth. They're just not used to a Black man with my credentials telling the Black truth as unapologetically as I do. So what do you do with someone whose truth you don't want to admit to? You have to hide them under the radar. You have to keep them off of Oprah. You got to keep them off of
or you
Dr.
put out a
Phil,
smear campaign.
or you put out the smear campaign, because the truth is, you nobody, if you notice, none of my detractors ever attack my work. They never attack the work. It's always
something offhand,
personality, personal life lies that they fabricate, but you can't touch the work.
Well, clear one thing up for me. I don't mean to jump around. The academy itself.
Yes.
Like, we came across some real discerning stuff. Like, there was actually a social media page designed to smear you.
Yes, sir. 2 of them.
I couldn't believe it. And one thing they were harping on was the academy. They don't believe it's true. They're saying it's built on toxic land. And,
oh, no, that's
and
not true.
They took issue with your ownership of the school.
Yeah. Well, they take issue with anything I do. Here's the thing you got to understand. When I came into the national Black conscious movement, first of all, my foundation is Marcus Garvey. In Philadelphia, right around the corner from the school where I had the Black history class, I joined the Marcus Garvey's movement, the UNIA. In Philadelphia, just so happened to be international headquarters for Marcus Garvey's UNIA. So this is the neighborhood I grew up in. Right. So again, No coincidence,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And my mother used to buy my sneakers right next door to the Garvey Hall for years, but I never knew it was the Garvey Hall. So I joined the UNIA when I came out of undergrad in 97, and I never looked back. So I've been in the UNIA more than 20 years. And it was...
See that? I was talking about this yesterday. He's such a liar. Hit the one. He said that he joined in 1997 and he's been in ever since. No, he put in a resignation letter in 2005. So at best, he was in that organization for 7 years, 8 years, maybe. You see how much of a liar he is? And it's so unnecessary. This guy, he lies so much, it's incredible to me. How much Umar lies so much. And I played the audio of the letter that was sent by the president, the UNIA president general, who was telling the organization worldwide not to deal with Umar. And that was it. That was in 2023, I believe. See, and then I can't remember if it was either. I think it was James sent me a video. We covered it, but I forgot about it, where Umar talks about that letter that was sent out, or at least his issue with the president general. And we'll get to that at some point. Maybe we'll do that we'll put all of that in sequence, and we'll cover that during the marathon if we do it. Umar, he's such a liar. Please, let me play that back.
I joined the Marcus Garvey's movement, the UNIA, in Philadelphia, National Black Conscious Movement. First of all, my foundation is Marcus Garvey. In Philadelphia, right around the corner from the school where I had the Black History class, I joined the Marcus Garvey's movement, the UNIA. In Philadelphia, just so happened to be international headquarters for Marcus Garvey's UNIA. So this is the neighborhood I grew up in.
Right.
So again, no coincidence, right? And my mother used to buy my sneakers right next door to the Garvey Hall for years, but I never knew it was the Garvey Hall. So I joined the UNIA when I came out of undergrad in 97, and I never looked back. So I've been in the UNIA more than 20 years, and it was sitting with those elders.
He said, I've been in it for 20 years, more than 20 years. He's such a liar. He said he joined in 1997. He put in his letter of resignation, which you can still find it online, in 2005. So at best, he was in there for 8 years. And it wasn't like he was consistent either during those 8 years, because he started working in the Philadelphia school district, and then he also started working on his master's. Or did he work on his master's and then start working in Philadelphia school district? I would have to go and look. You see what I'm saying? Umar, he's such a liar.
They really nurtured my political understanding.
When a person lies so much, they actually begin to believe their own lies, delusion. Yeah, that's Umar. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. That's what I was saying. And it's a good debate question. It would be interesting to do a show and have people call in and share whether or not they think that Umar Johnson was sincerely wanted to open up a school to start. See, did Umar really want to open up a school? Did he have an intention to do that? Or was it part of the delusion? And so people who are delusional, they'll believe it. They'll believe like, yeah, I really want to do this, but it's delusional, you know? And there are people who said, yeah, I think he was, but then, you know, he started getting money coming in and it corrupted him. And then all the women, you know, throwing themselves, I guess, that corrupted him too. I think he was always corrupt, because look, he was corrupted back in 2005. They were going to kick him out of the UNIA anyway. But what Umar does, he puts in his resignation letter because he was trying to scam them for a building fund. So he was a scammer, at least in 2005. That's way before the St. Paul's College, which was in 2014. 2005 is also 5 years before he made the announcement on his Facebook page that FDMG was going to open in September 11, 2013. See, so my thing is, the answer could be both. There could be, from a delusional standpoint, yeah, he may have wanted to do it, but it's just him, you know, he's so crazy. He thought that it's even doable. But from a reality standpoint, I don't think he ever intended on opening up a school. You see, but when people like this, when they lie, they start to believe the lies, and then they have to formulate other lies to clear up other lies, or at least make other lies sound more real or sound more true, I guess. I don't know, but that's Umar. He does it all the time. And this is just another example, and it's so unnecessary. See? This guy, he's something else. I mean, why lie about that? Thanks for the super chat, gamer guy. Lusak also says, this can't be real. This looks like a Black Power skit on a Living. Yeah, it does. It looks like a Black Power skit from Living Color. How the guy is dressed. The one guy that has the, I'm going to say the hockey stick, that has the golf club, he's really playing a pimp archetype. It's just so ridiculous. It is. It's like a Living Color skit from the 90s. That's really what it is. but that's. I mean, Umar, even for Umar to be on this show is crazy. Isn't that funny? Thanks a little sec for a super chat. This fool was doing scams from way back here in Philly. I still remember those fake ass summer retreats. Yeah, he was doing stuff like that and collecting money for it too. Talk about he's going to teach the boys how to do karate and take them out camping and all this stuff. Umar, he's such a scam artist. Anyway, it really does seem like a Living Color. What's up, Stas? It sounds like a Living Color skit. Thanks again, Louis, for super chat. Here we go.
They really helped me improve my mastery of revolutionary Pan-African nationalism, a Garveyism, universal African nationalism. And I worked for them. And I was largely local, though. I was largely local. The school psychologist.
Like the tri-state area or Philadelphia?
Philadelphia.
Okay.
My first out-of-town speaking engagements was through the UNIA.
Okay.
New York, North Carolina, Atlanta.
New York, the home of culture.
Right?
Yeah.
But then in 2010, everything changed. And that was when I was invited to Chicago on an interview just like this, public access. Brother Dawa Yisrael, Hebrew brother, good brother out of Chicago. He called me up because I write articles. I love to write. And he said, I'm reading an article someone sent me, and I would love to interview you on my show. Yeah. I can't afford to fly you up here, but if you can get to Chicago, I would love to interview you. So I said, wow, Chicago, that's the second largest Black metropolis. So I said, yes, I have to get to Chicago. So I flew on up. Yeah. We did the interview. I didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
I asked him for a copy of the DVD, which he gave me.
Yeah.
And then I was scheduled to speak in Harlem, New York for the first time.
Okay.
3 weeks later.
Yeah.
I took copies of the Chicago interview, gave them out. Within 48 hours, I was known internationally around the world. Like literally, my phone did not stop ringing for about 30 days.
Oh!
And every time it rung, it was a different area code. And not just America. I was getting calls from Africa, Jamaica, Europe, all off that one interview. People said, who is this guy? And that's where the jealousy came from, because there were other personalities who were already in a conscious movement, but they had not gotten to where I've gotten in 2 days, even though I've been working for 20 years.
Right.
You know, and so that's where the animosity came from. How can he really have a doctorate degree from a mainstream white university talking the way he talks? You know, how can he be a certified school psychologist talking the way that he talks? You know, so that's when the doubt crept in. And
you know, I have to say this. Umar, he does this a lot. This is part of the deception. This video has to have been before 2019, because the video quality almost looks like a VHS. But if we listen to him talk, he's talking about FDMG. And it has to be after 2019 because this video quality is just so horrific. I'm sorry. Anyway, in 2019, Umar is not a school psychologist. He's not a school principal. He's not a school vice principal. He's a vagabond. He lies so much, it's ridiculous. What's up, Ruben Rivera? Seth said, why haven't Umar pitched his Kwanzaa tour? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. I forgot about that. You guys know that Umar, normally he's talking about, what does he say? Something like 21 days of Kwanzaa or something, or 7 days of Kwanzaa. And he says he's going to do these. Seth, if you remember, he used to say that they were going to have that at the school. This shit is ridiculous. Why do we believe this stuff? I shouldn't even talk about that. I shouldn't, because it's. But he was talking about how they're going to have it at the school, but then he said he's going to just do it in his mama's closet and every day for Kwanzaa. But Umar doesn't have the discipline to do anything like that. And he doesn't have the skill set to deal with his ADHD to where he can actually get shit done consistently. Point A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He's all over the place. See, I wonder what would have happened if Umar had gotten the professional services that he needs for the ADHD. He would have gotten things done. You know, people suffer. I get it, but it doesn't mean that you can't be productive. There's plenty of people who are productive, who have ADHD. You know, and ADHD is on the spectrum too. But when I say that, I mean there's different levels of it. But Umar could have gotten some sort of professional help to where he can make this manageable, and then he can be more productive. But this is another thing that he said he was going to do, but he just doesn't have the discipline to focus on anything for any given period of time. And this is another thing that he's been saying year after year. And this is the first time in a long time, Seth, I haven't heard him mention that. Okay. What we do know, however, is that Seth is that Umar he's going to warmer climates, like I talked about during the live stream for members today. He's down in Africa right now because he don't want to deal with the cold. He does this every single year, and every single year he bring up that Kwanzaa, but not this year. He also brings up the fast, the whatever fast thing it is, and he's doing that this year allegedly. You know, he be eating chicken and hog maw throughout the day. Anyway, thanks, Seth. He be eating chitlins, hog maw, succotash, everything. Anyway, okay. Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I know what you meant to say. It's all good. Okay, let's get back to this video. There we go.
The jealousy crept in, you know, because when you look at the Black consciousness movement, you know, it has a lot of good things about it, but a lot of the people in it are hustlers. You know, they're con artists. They're not really about change. They just want to make money and make a name for themselves. Yeah. I'm the only one in my age group who has purchased an institution. No one else has.
Oh!
And that institution.
Listen, Pooky Pimp. Pooky Pimp, cut it out, okay? Stop all of these theatrics. It's unnecessary. Oh, Volker, you need to just settle down, sir. All right. I know you've been watching Cat Williams comedy show. I know, I get it. Okay, we've all been there. Okay, but we work it anyway. I shouldn't do that. I apologize. Let's continue. He got the, oh my God. Someone said, where did he get this suit from? Oh, he got it from you know, the what you call it? What do they call that? The swap meet. You know, the one off of Slauson. Yeah, he was down there. Anyway, let's keep going. Here we go.
Institution is the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. And I learned I was related to Frederick Douglass. We were walking in the back of a church, all this Frederick Douglass memorabilia. And I asked my father, I said, what's all this? And he said, you're related to him. And I said, wow.
Oh, your dad was able to communicate that too.
Yeah, because I'm related to Frederick.
I'm sorry, a fire alarm went off. My wife and kids, they're cooking. What are they making? It's gonna be good too. I can't remember, but that's why it's going off. I'll mute my phone. I'll mute my microphone.
Douglass on my father's
on your father's
side.
side.
Through my grandmother, whose 1 year anniversary of her passing will be I guess Monday or Tuesday, April the 30th. She left this world April the 30th last year, and we were very tight.
When you found that out, did it sort of validate you on your decision to go the direction you were going?
When I found that out, it made my love for Black history and my love for public speaking that much more relevant, because now, as an 11-year-old child, I'm feeling an obligation to uphold the work, because now I'm a bloodline relative of one of our greatest leaders. So that naturally put me in a mindset that says,
okay, he's not a blood relative. And the smoke detector alarm went off. It stopped, so it's all good. They're cooking. It happens from time to time. But let me make a couple of points here. Real quick, Louis Suck says this was a scene from Pootie. Yeah, that's what it looked like, a scene from Pootie Tang. Matana Matuda. All right. This, and the video quality looks like it's from the 70s, like Pootie Tang. What's up, KKC? Y'all, if y'all don't leave this Pooky Pimp's costume alone, thanks for this episode. What was I gonna say? So there's a couple of things I just want to point out here. Notice how Umar, this is after he acquired these abandoned buildings. Okay, so let's be clear about that. But listen to what he says right here.
speaking, that much more relevant, because now, as an 11-year-old child, I'm feeling an obligation to uphold the word.
So yeah, but if you're 11, 10 or 11, when you find out, that just goes to show you that your father wasn't active in your life, because you would have known that prior to the age of 10 or 11. So I'm saying that you're related, quote unquote, related to Frederick Douglass. In fact, you're not related. Your father took a DNA test. There's no blood relationship whatsoever.
Work, because now I'm a bloodline relative of one of our greatest leaders. So that naturally put me in a mindset that says, maybe I'm chosen too.
Okay.
You know, and so.
Okay, that's the Messiah complex. And I talked about this. Umar has a Messiah complex, and it was developed in and around the age of 10 or 11.
Ever since then, you know, nothing's, it's not new.
My thing is this.
Theft.
Yeah.
Basically, Pookie and Ray got in there.
Got the pipes, the
stole
copper.
pipe. Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
They ripped the sinks out, the toilets out, ripped the pipes out for $100 worth of copper. They caused $1 million worth of damage. And so now we're trying to raise money to refurbish the school. It's a beautiful school, though.
You're doing
These are modern buildings. These are modern now. I want to be clear. These are not the old schools.
Okay.
This is
he's such a lie.
when a charter school got their charter.
Yeah.
They invested $13 million
in that school.
In that school.
Okay, if they invested $13 million, another point, $13 million in that school, and then you end up purchasing it for $400,000. What does that tell you? Does that mean, does it even make sense? $13 million, and then Umar purchased it for $400,000. Someone want to do the math on what percentage of that is, what that percentage is of $14 million, $400,000 is. Going to post inside the chat room. But here's the thing, that what does that tell you in terms of the amount of money it's going to cost to get everything renovated, repair and renovations? If it was 13, 14 million and you only purchased it for $400,000, you're talking millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars that are going to need to go into getting these buildings up to code, where everything is renovated and ready to run a school. You guys see what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, Umar, you ridiculous. Let's keep going.
So what we have purchased with the money we raised.
Yeah, they ain't talk about that. You hate us.
$13 million property. Now, they were selling it for over $1 million, but it originally was built, renovated from the ground up.
Okay.
$13 million. So when you.
That's crazy. 13 million down to 400,000.
You walk into school, you'll see what I'm talking about.
You don't know why they lost the charter? You know?
Oh, of course we know why they lost the charter. The same reason why all black charter schools.
Sad.
Oh, it was a black school.
It was a black charter school. Okay. Financial mismanagement. These are the reasons. Yeah. Okay. In their case, it was financial mismanagement, but I'm going to clarify. It's not that they did anything wrong. It's
Dang,
called racism.
little princess.
They'll go in and look at your books and they'll fabricate
That's what
a financial issue, even if it wasn't.
Yeah.
But they normally shut down. Yeah, they normally shut down black charters for financial mismanagement, not having enough certified teachers and low test scores.
Wow.
That's why they didn't want a charter school. People ask me, they say, why don't you just open up a charter? You're a certified principal, you're a certified school psychologist, you're a doctor. Why you want to do it the Marcus Garvey way? What's with this self-determination, all black dollars, no white dollars? I said, if I open up a charter school, I give them the power to shut me down whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at this school that I got. It was renovated, brand new, 13 million. They lost their charter. Did the state care that you just spent 13 million on the school? Hell no. That's why when you walk around, if you ever see these brand new schools closed down, you say, why is this school? This school look like it just was built? It was a charter school. They invested their money in a new building for their students, as they should. Yeah. And then the state comes in and they sabotage.
Well, let me ask you something. When you acquired the academy, did any of the old patrons of the building want to be involved with your with your school?
Well, yes. There's brothers and sisters in Wilmington, Delaware, who were formerly affiliated with the school, who have expressed interest in being affiliated and involved with my school.
Boy, this guy, he's something else. Why doesn't he ever get investigated, or has he? That's a good question. Umar did say that he was audited, which is a form of investigation, but he never provided any receipts on that. Obviously, he was investigated by the Pennsylvania Board of Psychology. He was also investigated by the Pennsylvania Black Anonymous knows the exact term. I can't remember. They sent him a cease and desist. They told him that he could not collect donations anymore in the state of Pennsylvania. That's why Umar doesn't talk about his P.O. box anymore that's in Pennsylvania. He probably let it go. He only mentions from time to time. He mainly does CashApp these days, but he only mentions the P.O. box that he has in Wilmington. So he has been investigated, but to what degree? Because he says that he was investigated he was audited, but by who exactly? And when was this audit? And is there a public record of this? See, the other thing is we can say that he was investigated by GoFundMe. They shut him down because of fraud. We can say that too. And he was several of his PayPal accounts have been shut down because of fraud over the years too. So he has been investigated. I think what you're really talking about is more criminally investigated. That's a good question. That's a good question. I would think that inevitably it's going to take place if it has not already taken place and Umar has not told anyone. We'll just have to wait and see. The thing is that not everything is always public record, but when things become public record, that's when we can get a hold of the information. We'll have to wait and see, But it's clear to me and clear to anyone who has followed Umar long enough and you have critical thinking skills and you're not caught up in the cult of Umar Johnson, it's clear that he's a scam artist. He's a charlatan. See, he's a con man. That's what he is. The idea of a con man is someone who takes in the confidence of others so that he or she can gain some advantage of them and ultimately have them do things for them that they want them to do. And in most cases, it's financial. It could be sexual too, but there's usually a motive that surrounds money. And that's Umar. This whole idea of FDMG, it's a con. It's just a con game. That's all it is. And he's a con artist. He's taken in the confidence of all these black people who, many of these black people, their kids, when they donated, their kids were 10. Now their kids are 20. That's a con. They believed in him. They had confidence in him that he was going to save their sons from the school to prison pipeline. And then Umar purchased these abandoned buildings that's less than a mile away from a level 5 supermax prison. God, shit. Anyway, I go on New York City law. I go on and on. Thanks for super chat. Barry says, dude looks like he plays dice at the back of the bar. Yeah, he be back there every single Monday. He's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. He's at the back of the bar. I mean, this Umar Johnson stuff is so crazy. When I saw this video, I said, I can't wait to show this video to Cookie Crush chat. I said, I can't wait. Again, I'm going year by year from all of the videos that are online, specifically on YouTube right now. Then I got Facebook and Instagram. I've already downloaded all the Facebook stuff and Instagram stuff. But year by year, month by month, day by day, and I'm into 2019 now. Okay. 2020 is crazy because that was the craziest year in my opinion. We're gonna get there. All right. Thanks, Barry, for the super chat. And again, Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy New Year. New Year's coming up here shortly. Lewis also said the interviewer probably keeps a fifth of Thunderbird in a canteen in his suit pocket. Yeah, a fifth of a jar. Or what was it? An eighth of a jar. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just another character. What was this guy's name too? Hold on one second. Playa T. It's the play. So his name is Playa T. It's the Playa T show Hollywood in the Hood. I'm gonna have to do some more research into this Playa T guy. See what else I can find. Now that you mentioned it, Playa T. It reminds me of a long time ago, Lewis. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but a long time ago, there used to be this guy. This is early YouTube. My pen's going out. I don't like this pen too. I love pens, especially ones that are easy to write with. There was this guy that used to be on YouTube. He had a public access channel, show, and he was a preacher. He would preach from the book. He was a fake preacher, and he used to have like a cane, and he had a shag. I think he had a shag on, and then he had missing teeth and stuff. And he was real ghetto and cursing all the time, quoting scripture and stuff. That's what this reminds me of. Okay, you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about. This is a long time ago. I can't remember what that guy's name was. Anyway, it reminds me of Playa T. Thanks, a little sec for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get through it. You know, I think what we'll do is we'll get through this video, and then maybe one more, and then we'll close out this particular live stream, and then I'll reset. I'll probably live stream tomorrow, but I really want to do a marathon, or at least a mini marathon for New Year's. Okay, thanks again, Louis. All right, let me go ahead and play this again. Here we go.
But obviously, there's some very clear differences, right?
Yes.
That was a charter school, which means it's owned by the state. Nobody owns a charter school.
Right.
By definition, a charter school is an alternative public school.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's what was his name. His name was Reverend X. let me put that on here too. Now my doggone pen. Hold on. And I just took my other pen. No, I got more over here. I always got pens. Hold on one second, everybody. I apologize. I gotta go see if I can find some of those. Those be funny. They're super inappropriate though. So, but yeah, the cussing pastor. That's what they used to call him, Reverend X. Someone said Rev X, the Crip Walker. Yeah, Reverend X, the ghetto preacher, Pastor X. Okay, yeah, he would just be cussing for no reason. Yeah, I'm gonna look that guy up when I get some time. I'm surprised you guys know about who I'm talking about. He was out there. Seth says, never buy Texas from a cowboy, and never buy a bridge while you're in Brooklyn. Yeah, Feliz Años Nuevo. Okay, gracias. That's real talk. Yeah, these con artists, they'll sell you anything. You know, they'll talk about how they're gonna teach your boys how to float ships. They'll tell you, and we covered this today for members. They'll tell you that they just talked with someone who, not Buffalo Soldiers. What was it that he said? He said, not the Buffalo Soldiers, but the airplane, the people that did the aviation. You know, the black people that did the aviation. I forgot what it was. Anybody in chat remember? They did a movie. They did a movie on these people, on these guys. Seth, you remember what that was called? I forgot. I forgot when I was brought it up earlier for members. I'm forgetting. Yeah, there it is. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Tuskegee Airmen. I'm gonna remember now from now on. Umar, we covered it today for members, the members video. He said that he was just in contact with the woman that was gonna connect him with the Tuskegee Airmen, and that the Tuskegee Airmen is gonna teach the kids how to fly airplanes so that they can get their junior's pilot license before they graduate. And then someone was like, well, how old would the Tuskegee Airmen have to be? That's like, it had to be at least 100. Umar is such a liar. This guy lies so much, it's so unnecessary. Who's P? I don't. Who is that? Because someone I don't even know. Maybe it was a troll. Maybe they got blocked. I don't even see it. But that's what Umar said. I was like, I mean, this guy's nuts. This guy's so crazy. Anyway, yeah, you guys remember? Real old. Anyway, that's Umar. He be lying. Thanks, Seth, for the super chat. Thanks, Louis Luck, and thanks, Barry. Okay, here let's get going here because I gotta get going on these notes.
My school is an independent, African-centered academy, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing things a little bit differently. So at my school, we're going to teach political and military science. We're going to teach economic and financial
political
science.
And military science.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to have a Marcus Garvey gun club. The young men they will get their first gun. They will learn how to use it, how to clean it. Yes, legally now, we're going to follow the state laws, but there will be auxiliaries connected to the school, not a direct part of the school, but auxiliaries connected to the school. And we will teach the young men how to use firearms responsibly in elementary school.
Oh,
elementary school.
Hold on.
That's when everybody else learned. That's
Yeah.
when Jews learned.
I mean,
that's when Italians learned.
they
That's
aren't
when
in.
Anglo-Saxons.
That's not true. This guy be lying so much. Does this guy ever not lie? That's when the Jews learn. Their kids learn in elementary school. That's when the Latinos learn in elementary school. That's when the Italians learn in elementary school. That's Umar. If you don't stop, this guy be lying so much. It's ridiculous.
Hold on.
That's when everybody else learned. That's
Yeah.
when Jews learned.
I mean,
that's when Italians learned.
they're
That's when
arming.
Anglo-Saxons
They're
learned.
arming the teachers.
Exactly.
They're arming the teachers, so it only makes sense. Your plan with that, is it early on with the plan right now? It's like,
He did.
are people trying to come up against you because of that? Like,
No. Well, it all depends on who you speaking
that's
of.
right.
White folks haven't even. It's all Negro attacks at this point.
oh wow,
This has all been Negro. This is all Negro.
yeah,
This is all Negro.
yeah.
A lot
Cat
of it's being
Williams.
viewed by jealous personalities in the conscious. You got to understand something. I'm a better
Yeah, that's
speaker than
true.
anybody else.
That's true.
I have more education than anybody else. I'm the only one with an institution. I'll get more
Okay,
requests.
thanks, X-Freeman. So this is Umar with this narcissism right here. But so $420,000 would be 3% of 14 million. So Umar got these buildings 3% of what his valuation was, in essence, when the schools first opened with the J. Moyer Academy. But the point is that if you're only paying 3% of 14 million, how much work do you think needs to go into these buildings to get them up to code so that they're ready to actually hold students? Millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. See? Anyway, Umar, boy, he's nuts. This guy is nuts.
To speak around the world than anybody else. I speak more outside the country than all to put together in the country.
Right.
So you got to recognize my stature within Black consciousness. I don't have an equal.
Yeah.
This is
Nor do I
narcissism.
have a what do you want to call it? I don't even have a contemporary. There's no other school psychologist in the Black consciousness. We have a lot of people talking about history.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people talking about spirituality. We
Well,
got a lot of people
you know
talking about
what?
diet. I'm the only person dealing with school psychology. So my space, you can't say, well, we don't want to hear from Dr. Umar no more. Let's go and get him.
Yeah.
You don't have nobody else to fill this.
Right.
You understand? So
Yeah.
that's where the jealousy comes from, because
Right.
I'm irreplaceable.
Yeah.
And I don't have a YouTube channel,
Right.
but I have more videos on YouTube than everybody with a channel put together. I don't have a channel. So do you know what that means?
He did try to have a channel, and I could pull up the video where he was promoting it, but that's besides the point.
That means people love me and my work so much
Yes.
that they upload everything I say without me asking them to do it. And they do it at a rate greater than the self-promoters do put together.
Oh, really big.
And I say that humbly, but I'm untouchable. And when it comes to, if I never built, and see, this is the point I got to say this. If I never built the school, if I never built, let's say I never built it. Now we have it, right?
Right.
Let's say I never built it. I saved more Black boys from special ed than anybody in Black history. I've saved more Black boys from psychiatric med than anybody in Black history. I've empowered and educated more Black parents about the school to prison pipeline than anybody you can name in our history. Listen, I have changed the way Black parents deal with the school system.
Oh,
And I changed the way Black parents deal with the mental health system. I've changed it. Black parents in Ohio will never deal with schools again the way they've dealt with them after they listen to me tomorrow. You understand?
Yeah.
So even if I never built the school,
yeah. You already laid a seed.
my foundation is impeccable.
Yeah.
The school is just cherry on top, but it's a much necessary cherry. And I'm gonna tell you why. The Black consciousness movement has gotten overtaken with entertainment. It's all YouTube videos and talk.
Okay.
There's no organizing, no nation build, no institution building.
Right.
So by me building this school, purchasing this 4-building property, right?
Okay.
2 schools,
3
2
buildings.
gyms, and a 4th building, I think a lot of people are starting to regain their confidence in the Black consciousness movement. You understand? Because so many people was falling away. They said, this is nothing but mess. All y'all do is fight, gossip, entertainment. Nobody's changing nothing. It's all intellectual masturbation. So
Right.
now we
Yeah.
have a brother with an institution now.
Right.
And I'm the only one in the conscious community with an
Watch this.
institution. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
A physical brick and mortar institution dedicated to our people. And so now I think a lot of people are saying, okay, this brother is the real deal. Let's rock with him now.
Yeah.
You see? And so
Right.
that's why I want all your listeners out there, your viewers, to donate, because now we got to fix the school.
Yeah. Yeah.
So please, if you want to donate, you can go on your Cash App and donate to $FDMG School.
Okay.
If you don't have the Cash App, the full link is cash.me/$FDMG School. We need $1 million to fully rehab all 4 buildings. But even if we only get a half of that, I should be able to get one of them 2 schools done. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but another video, he said it's only going to cost $300,000 to get one side of the street done. Now he's saying $500,000. Yeah, 4 years later. Actually, this video is beautiful, Bernice. This video is from 2019, right? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, this is from July 20th of 2019. So it's 5 years, 5 years and about what, 6 months? Yeah, still no school. This guy. What's up, East B? Yeah, I know you might. Yeah, FDMG fool. That's what you need to get on your cash.
We're still in a good position because even if we only get some of that,
When
we
are
should be able to get
when are you projected to, like, when are you looking to?
No date until we fix it up. It's up to y'all.
No date.
It's up to y'all. I'm not putting no date out there. It is up to the people. The people decide. You understand?
Yeah.
It's up to the.
He prior to this, he put out at least, I would estimate, based on my research, this is in 2019, he had already put out at least 14, maybe 15 different dates going into 2019. See, he's such a liar. He's such a liar.
Yeah, so hey, yo, quit talking mess.
Yes.
Make it a reality if you don't think it's real.
Make it a reality.
You know, if you don't think it's real, make it a reality.
No. What you let me stop.
Quit talking down on the brother and hating on the brother.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But I'm not worried about it because none of the haters will be allowed to attend any function at the school. They being checked at the door. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now,
but they're not getting it anyway. Like, excuse me, brother, all due respect.
Yeah.
You've had some disrespectful things to say about the FDMG campaign. You have a lifetime ban, brother. You can't come in here the rest of your life.
Now, let me ask you a question because I really got hip to you through the Hidden Colors series with Tyreek, and we had a chance to rap with Tyreek before. Really great guy. You guys got a great relationship?
No, we don't. But
no?
Next
question.
We
ain't got to worry about that. Okay. Now, your fame with Hidden Colors. A lot of people was listening to your message on it.
You see that right there? I know I'm not. Maddie, you ain't invited either. I don't know what you talking about. Yeah, he up here looking like Morris Day, and either you not invited either. Okay, you definitely not invited. Swagonito, you ain't been invited for a long time. Okay, Tori, you can forget about it. Oh, Bernice, you better not come even close to 5 miles to that trap. The alarm will start. The alarm start going off if you get within 5 miles. You do look like Morris. The whole Cookie Crush chat is banned. Yeah, I know you banned too. You might as well forget about it. None of y'all invited. Yeah, I already know that. That's why I don't even care. You got the Book of Negroes. I'm on the front cover for sure. Okay, so that's okay. I don't care. It don't make me no difference. It's fake anyway. It don't exist. Anyway, let's go.
That's where I was like, yeah, this guy's.
Let's see what let's see what Morris Day has to say. Anyway, yeah, Umar didn't want to talk about Tyreek. Watch
FDMG
this.
campaign. You have a lifetime ban, brother. You can't come in here the rest of your life.
Now, let me ask you a question because I really got hip to you through the Hidden Colors series with Tyreek, and we had a chance to rap with Tyreek before. Really great guy. You guys got a great relationship?
No, we don't. But next
question. We ain't got to worry about that. Okay. Now, your fame with Hidden Colors. A lot of people was listening to your message on there. That's where I was like, yeah, this guy's, you know what he talking about. Yeah, he knows what he's talking. He talking a little bit more than nostalgia. It makes sense. You know, more than history somewhere you wasn't there. Yeah. But you know, you talking ADHD, you talking black educate the Holocaust, you talking all of this stuff. You know, so you know, how was it for you? You know, being a part of that Hidden Colors series. Like, how was it for your career? Did it help?
I wouldn't say it helped because I was already at that time the hottest thing in consciousness. Okay. That's why he wanted me on it. Okay. I was the hottest thing in the country at that time. I would say for millennials and people who were not familiar with my work in the UNIA and my work within the school to prison pipeline, it may have been their first.
See, real quick. Umar, Tyreek put you on, but you don't want to give credit. That's all that is. Okay. Second, you see how he says my work in the UNIA? Like I said, Umar, he started in the UNIA based upon his own words in 1997. And then he put in his resignation letter in 2005. So at best, he was in the UNIA for 8 years. but he wants to make it seem like he was, you know, he was in it and he was doing all this stuff. He's such a liar. Does Lenon FDMG ban extend to the whole? Yeah, no, it's all y'all. So not one of y'all are they're going to have a database, because Umar said this a long time ago. They're going to have a hater database. You guys remember that? And he was telling his followers to take screenshots of you know, Sasha, the picture of your picture right there, KK, Renee, Tori, you know, and that way when you come up to the school, they already have it in the database and they can cross-reference somehow. And then they can say that the alarm will go off, say you can't come in. Umar's such a goofy. He's just so goofy. So yeah, all y'all banned. So just be ready for in 2087 when that school open, we are gonna be dead anyway. I don't mean to say it that way, but you know, to be honest, because when we getting old, some of us we getting old. When this school by the time this school open, let me stop. I was gonna be macabre. I ain't gonna do that. I can see Umar in that funky chair from his mama house. It just be a skeleton with a sign on to get on your cash. Let me stop. That's too far. Anyway, how's it going, Mickey? Mickey says he's always putting a date out there. Yeah, for FDMG. Yeah, I played a segment from the documentary, and it's over 25 dates, changes, but it's way more than that. Okay, because even as I'm going through research now, there's other dates that he said that I didn't include in there. He's been doing that since 2010. He said the school's going to open September 11, 2013. And here we are going into 2025. And he's still changing dates. He's such a liar. That's the thing. I caught him in so many lies as I'm going through these videos. It's incredible. Matter of fact, we're going to play this whole video because he says some crazy stuff towards the end, and then we'll close out this live stream. Thanks, Mickey, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, all ghosts will be, ghosts will also from haunted house. Okay, here we go.
I was already at that time the hottest thing in consciousness.
Okay.
That's why he wanted me on it.
Okay.
I was the hottest thing in the country at that time. I would say for millennials and people who were not familiar with my work in the UNIA and my work within the school to prison pipeline, it may have been their first introduction to me. If you're a YouTuber. So if you're a social networker who's not in the streets, that may have been your first introduction to Dr. Umar.
Okay.
But if you are a serious organizer and community activist, you already knew who I was. So it all depends on where you were in your own political development within Black consciousness. You follow what I'm saying? If you was already in the streets, you already knew me. So there was people like, I already knew that brother. You know, I know him. I've been following him for years. He helped me with my children. But if you're not in the streets and you just on YouTube, then that might have been your first introduction to me.
Now, you're author as well. You got the psychoacademic Holocaust,
the special education and ADHD wars against Black boys. My second book, which I'm trying to finish, we haven't.
Oh, the Black Parent Advocate.
Black Parent Advocate. The Art of Warfare. Not yet. Not almost there.
Okay.
Almost.
Can you talk about the psychoacademic Holocaust?
Yes.
And what you mean?
Yes.
By
The psychoacademic Holocaust refers to the 6-stage cycle of death that America has created for Black boys.
6-stage cycle of death.
6-stage cycle of death. And it's for all Black boys. It's for you. It's for me. It's for him. It's for all of us. Rich, poor. You understand? It don't matter. Suburbs, hood. It don't matter. It's for all Black males. See, one thing we got to understand about racism, it does not divide Black people into groups. We divide ourselves into groups. Listen, the white man does not put Barack Obama in a different category than you. He just makes Barack Obama think he's in a different category so he can use him against you. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
White folks don't put Black people in groups. We put ourselves in groups. Oprah Winfrey is no different than the rest of us, the white folks. But she thinks she's different because of the way they treat her. Because they're very skilled at making Black people think they're privileged. That's how Bill Cosby got caught up, my North Philadelphia brother. Bill Cosby got to a point where he thought that he had achieved probationary white status. You understand?
Probationary
Black people cannot be probationary whites. You understand? And you got to know this. Because if you're not rooted in who you are when you mingle with these white folks for 20, 30, 40 years, you start thinking, I'm in. You're never in. In the minute you start thinking you in, that's when they clip your feathers. That man is in his 80s, sitting in a regular prison. I know a brother who got homies in there, man. They say it's sad. He's legally blind. So when he go to the bathroom, when he go eat, when he go to a cell, it takes 2 people to help him. But the brothers look out for Bill, though. They're not going to let nobody mess with Bill. So he's safe on the strength of the brothers. But would you want to see your grandfather, 80, 82, in a prison legally blind?
That ain't got nothing to do with it. If my grandfather was, and all of my grandfathers are deceased, so rest in peace. But if anyone was doing what Bill Cosby was doing, I'll say, yeah, take his ass and lock him under the jail. I don't give a fuck who it is. You talk about Umar to cut it out. I don't mean to go like talk like that, but this guy, he always defends abusers. Yeah, as far as I know, none of my grandfather was doing none of that stuff. As far as I know. What you talk about, Umar? But he has to defend abusers. That's what abusers do.
Gotta have somebody wipe his backside in a prison. You understand? But getting back to the psychoacademic Holocaust, stage 1 is miseducation, deliberate miseducation. Yeah. Stage 2 is special education. That's when they start with the labels. We need to evaluate. Stage 3, psychiatric medication. Here comes the ADHD, the Ritalin, the Adderall, the Concerta, the Metadate. Stage 4, juvenile incarceration. You're too much for the school. You're too violent, too angry. We're going to put you over here in one of these prison-ran discipline schools. Stage number 5, psychiatric frustration and alienation. This is when a black boy becomes angry, rageful, resentful, because he sees that he's been mistreated and miseducated this whole time, and nobody did anything to help him. That takes us to stage 6, premature extermination at the hands of another black male, suffering from the same debilitating side effects of the psychoacademic Holocaust. Yeah. And the reason I call it a Holocaust is because it kills. Listen, there would be no black on black crime if it did not start in the schools. There would be no mass incarceration if it did not start in the schools. If it was up to me, every time a black man is charged with a
that's some bullshit. It starts in the home. Okay, let's be clear about that.
Crime, his white public school teacher would also be charged as an accomplice.
Oh, yes, that's deep. Yeah,
what?
Psychoacademic Holocaust. Now, do people take issue with using the word Holocaust?
Oh, they ask me every time, especially white folks. Well, why do you have to say Holocaust? Because that's exactly what it is. And the reason why white people don't like you to say Holocaust is because they have the European Jewish Holocaust, right? Yeah. Adolf Hitler's extermination of the European Jews, which was a bad thing. But you cannot colonize the use of a word. And European Jews think they own the word. That can't nobody
That's the prevailing
use the word
thought, right? If you
Holocaust.
say that word,
Yes.
it seems like they're attacking you.
Yes.
But nobody wants to
own
talk
the
about
word.
our Holocaust.
Well, remember now, not our Holocaust, but our Holocaust, African-American Holocaust. We that Holocaust, including one in Germany.
What in the
same
world?
time of Hitler's. I don't know if you noticed, but 50,000 Africans was murdered with the European Jews.
No, I didn't know that.
50,000 of us died in the internment camps with the Jews.
Is that right?
And no mention is made of us in any Holocaust museum. With all due respect, you cry tears for yours, I'm going to cry tears for mine. My days for crying tears for anybody, for black folk, have long been over.
Oh! Yeah. Yes, sir.
I can admit it's wrong. Yeah. I can admit it was wrong. But sympathy is reserved for my folks.
Yeah.
Because until y'all start showing sympathy for mine,
Umar, you shut your... I'm done with the notes on this one.
Now, and you're able to identify these children with so-called learning disability.
So-called was the right word.
You know,
and the reason we say so-called is because what? You can't prove it.
You can't prove it.
Okay, let me pause on Morris Day right here. Let me do this. I want to, because I think I can still get in one more video. And that'll help. How's it going, information man? This will help me to get through some more of these notes. But I just want to play a couple of sections from this particular video that I have in my notes that you guys, I'm sure you'll find to be quite interesting. Right now, we're at the 22-minute mark. So we're going to skip to, let's go to 38, the 38-minute mark. This is a huge lie right here. Huge.
Domestic now.
Now, Dr. Umar, when you go to these HBUs with these young black children. Obviously, you receive very well. They you bringing some kids around their facilities because
Yes.
they can turn into students.
Yes.
Is it a funding thing? Do they all fund? Do you do this out of your own merit?
Not a college tour. We do that. I only did it once, and we're about to do it again. That's funded out of my own pocket.
Is Black Anonymous still here? Is KKC still here? I have videos where Umar is promoting this Black Conscious Tour, and he's talking about how much the parents need to pay, and there's a deadline where you have to pay a certain amount up to that deadline in advance. This guy is a habitual liar, and this will definitely be inside the documentary. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and highlight this in my notes. And I'm gonna color it red. And I'm gonna increase the font, and I'm gonna put it in bold. Umar is such a liar. It's incredible. And I have the receipts. So I can actually pull up the video. And there's actually quite a few of them where he's talking about this college and conscious tour, whatever he calls it. And he talks about how much it's going to cost. $2,000, something like that. Something like that. They sure did, Holly B. You remember? Yep. Yep. Yeah, he meant HBCU. Yeah, Umar's paying for it. He ain't even got no job. You listen, beautiful Bernice. You know he bullshitting, right? You know he's on some bullshit right there. They did. That's why, and I have it in my, I put big lie. Tour is funded by Umar ? Big lie. He ain't got no job. I don't know, Dad. He was talking about FUBU or something. I don't know what he was talking about. See, Umar, when you see this video, this is just another example of you're a habitual liar. He lies all the time. Black Anonymous, you know. I already know you know. You want to run that back? And look at Umar's face when he does it. That's his lying. He's such a liar. I already know this guy. He's his what they call micro expressions.
You receive very well. They you bringing some kids around their facilities because
Yes.
they can turn into students.
Yes.
Is it a funding thing? Do they all fund? Do you do this out of your own merit?
Not a college tour. We do that. I only did it once, and we're about to do it again. That's funded out of my own pocket.
Why?
Them kids parents pay for it. He did. I could pull it up too. Let me do this. If you guys don't mind. Let me see. Consciousness tour, maybe? Because I think he called it the college annual unapologetic African Black College and Consciousness Tour. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I want. College and Consciousness Tour. Narcissism. Help with your children college and consciousness tour. It could be in this one. Let me see. This is from 2017 from Nagoya, Japan. Let's try this one. Okay, we'll give it a try. Because I have quite a bit of these inside of my notes. But this might not be it. But it's going to be, either way, it's going to be in a documentary. Okay. So one way or the other. And you guys remember this right here. I'm sure you guys, because this one he was talking about how Lauryn Hill was trying to kiss him on the cheek and all this other stuff. Y'all remember that? He said he almost got into a fight with Jay-Z. He lied so much. This guy, he's a pathological liar. Let me go in here real quick. College and Conscious. I think it's this one. Help with your. This is at the 3 hour and 20 minute mark. So let's go to the 3 hour and 20 minute mark. Here we go. Look at Umar. This is 10 years ago. Wait, why is he saying 40? This is 2017. I think I have this in my notes how he's not 40 because he's 50 now. Oh, cut it out, Umar. Stop it. Oh, no sound? Okay. Hold on. Let me pause this. I apologize, everyone. Let me fix this. Or hopefully I'm gonna try to fix it. Yeah, let me do this. Stop this screen. I'm gonna do another screen share. And hopefully this corrects the issue. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio now. It hasn't gotten to the part anyway where I was trying to queue up. Here we go.
My biggest accomplishment was last year's Black College and Consciousness Tour. I cried when I went home. I said, thank you, God. We only had 20 students last year. If y'all need the registration for this year, y'all need to text me. The Black College and Consciousness Tour, June 28th, July 10th, is $2,000. $1,000 is due now. The next 1,000 ain't due till June 18th.
He's a habitual liar. Yeah. And someone said it earlier. I can't remember who said it earlier. He's a damn liar. Now, let's go back. We're going to go back over to here.
Wow. How real
Tour, we do that. I only did it once, and we're about to do it again. That's funded out of my own pocket.
Now, let's go over here. Don't worry, I got the receipts.
Peace, Dr. King. We gonna get to that mountain. And our plan was last year's Black College and Consciousness Tour. I cried when I went home. I said, thank you, God. We only had 20 students last year. If y'all need the registration for this year, y'all need to text me. The Black College and Consciousness Tour, June 28th, July 10th, is $2,000. $1,000 is due now. The next 1,000 ain't due till June 18th, 10 days before we leave. We're going to the Malcolm and Betty Shabazz Center.
See that? This video is from 2017. The other video is from 2019. He's a liar. So it'd be different if he says he's paying out of his pocket after 2000. Let's say if he said he's done it before and he's paid it, he pays out of pocket. He didn't pay it out of pocket. And I have other videos where he's talking about how much it's going to cost. This guy lies so much it's ridiculous. And look at his face too, right here.
Wow. How real.
That's funded out of my own pocket.
Wow.
That's funded out of my own pocket.
Wow.
That's funded out of my own pocket.
Wow. How real is that?
This guy is such a liar.
How real is that?
I think it was 2,000 per student. That's what I think it was. That's what I think it was. I have more clips of him giving this. Let me see. Let me check this other one. Black College and Consciousness Tour. This is from 2017. Let's go. Let me pull. If you guys don't mind, let me pull this one. Let me see. Oh, I don't have. Yeah, let me find it. Let me pull this one though. This guy, he lies so much, it's ridiculous. Like, it's don't even make no sense. That's why the research is so important, because I have it in here where I know he's lying, because I remember all the other lying he just lies on this video right here. It's crazy. This is a funny video. Let's see. Which one should I go for? This is okay. Okay, it's this one. All right, this is when Umar was in Tokyo. And I can pull up a better copy of this because I have it archived from, I think this was on Facebook, but we'll just play it, the one from YouTube. Okay, this is the video right here. And let's see, he may mention how much it costs. I'm not sure. This video is from 2017, September 19th, 2017. All right, so let me do another screen share. There we go. And then also, yeah, I know, huh? $40,000 if you add it up, if you had 20 kids. He's such a scam artist. Try to act like he helping these kids. You just trying to get paid. Let's see. College tour donation for the college tour. Okay, this is at the 3-minute mark, so it's early on. All right, let's go for this one. Here we go.
Day 2. I'm going to get ready to go out and do some sightseeing.
Yeah, can you guys hear the audio?
A good hostess. I'm going to go visit some of the nationalist agenda. He met with various heads of state in Africa.
Hold on one second.
Started the Organization of Afro-American Unity, patterned after the African Union. Now, the cost of the tour is $2,000 US. That does not cover the entire fee. Dr. Umar Johnson is responsible for making up the balance of that tour. Okay, so it is more than $2,000, but as a sacrifice and offering to our parents and our next generation, it is my responsibility to come up with the balance of that figure. And for those brothers and sisters who are out there who claim to be supporters of our children and our families and of Dr. Umar Johnson, I'm asking you to make a humble contribution to this year's 2nd annual Black College and Consciousness Tour. You can go to Prince.
You see this? He's asking for donations. The kids are already paying $2,000. Then he's saying, yeah, I'm going to be making up the difference. He doesn't say what the difference is. Then he asks for donations?
Of Pan-Africanism.eventbrite.com. I repeat, Prince of Pan-Africanism.eventbrite.com. And of course, we spell Africa with a K. And if you go to Prince of Pan-Africanism,
he ain't going to tell you no balance. This guy's such a scammer. I can't believe it now that I'm thinking about it. So, I mean, just right there, just goes to show you the guy, he lies all the time. Okay, let me start winding this show down. Okay, let's do this. There's a couple of things I want to show from this particular video right here, and then we'll close out the show. Okay, thank you guys.
What do you think of people like Minister Farrakhan?
Oh, tremendous respect for Minister Farrakhan. You know, he's an elder now.
Holly B said he paid the same for the college trips as he donated to FDMG. Yeah. He ain't donated 1 penny to FDMG. Okay. This is a question I used to always think of back in the day, Holly B. Whenever Umar would get on people about how much they didn't donate, because he used to say stuff like, you sent me $20 damn, and you think you done? You think you free? What am I gonna do with that kind of talk? So ungrateful. And I used to always ask myself, how much money has Umar donated? It's a legitimate question, right? How much money has Umar put? See, Umar has no skin in the game. He ain't put nothing. He ain't got a job. So for over the last decade, how much money has Umar put in to these abandoned buildings? How much money has he put in towards acquiring these abandoned buildings before February of 2019? How much has he put in since? He ain't put no money down. He expects everyone else to pay for everything. And then in this other video, he talk about how, listen, everything's coming out of my pocket for this college tour. But then we have him on record talking about it costs $2,000 for these kids to go to it. And then in another video, he says it costs $2,000, but the balance is going to come out of my pocket. But he doesn't say what the balance is. How much money you charging these kids to go do a college tour? That's crazy. College tours are usually free anyway. And then he asked for donations. He wants the people to donate. I got this one, not to go here real quick, Olivia. Then we got to wrap this up. It just came to mind. I have a video. This just goes to show you how much of a bullshitter this guy is and a liar. Umar was talking about how he has 4 buildings and 2 schools and 32 classrooms, or however many classrooms it was. And then he says, and we're going to have a mascot for each classroom. It's going to be a horse. We're going to have a horse for each classroom. And I said to myself, what in the world? Can you believe that? If it's like 30-something classrooms on both sides of the street, because I think this was before he was talking about how he was focusing just on one side of the street. If you're going to have a mascot, a horse for each class, because he said it was going to be FDMG stables, you're going to have 32 horses? Who's paying for that? But this is what I mean with this guy. He's a liar. He ain't got no shame. But you see, like Holly B is saying, he ain't got no skin in the game. He has no incentive to get anything done because people give him free money. It's not like he's spending his own money. He's spending the money that people are sending him to go over to Africa. Like he in Africa right now, living it up. Who gonna feed these horses? Horses are expensive. Anyway, thanks for the super chat, Holly B. And Carlita, gracias for the super sticker. Okay, I appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna wind this down. Yeah, there's gonna be black horses too. There's gonna be some black ones. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how much they cost, but even just to maintain them, you know what I'm saying? That's nuts. But Umar don't care. He ain't got no money, so he has no skin in the game. Okay, let's do this real quick. Let me skip because I was gonna pull up this other thing, but I'm just gonna let it go. Here we go.
So I really wouldn't expect of him what I would expect of someone my own age.
Listen, I don't think he did a second tour. I don't think he did. Now, KKC will know for sure. I should ask him. But I don't think he did a second tour. He sure did collect donations for a second tour. Excuse me, when I say tour, a tour for the kids. Okay, but based on what I've seen, I haven't seen the second set of videos. KKC may have. I'll have to ask him. He'll know for sure. Okay, but if he didn't, this is another scam because Umar was collecting donations. Thank you, Maddie. Umar was collecting donations for this. Yes. He's such a scam.
Grateful
artist.
for his 60 years of consistency, being a voice. You know, he's probably been the most consistent voice that we have had. We believe in freedom of religion. We don't have a problem with you being Muslim.
Okay, I got time. I don't got to rush off here. My wife said that they're frying spring rolls, so the smoke alarm might go off. I told her don't worry about it because I want some of them spring rolls. I can't wait. Oh, good. Average cost for a horse is $3,000. I think it's like 32 classrooms or something like that. Umar's nuts. Okay, let me skip through though. Let me find the next little segment here.
Our issue is whether or not your religion interferes with your loyalty to your race.
And how do you determine that in clinical research?
You just look at what people believe religiously. Let me give you an example. Most Muslims and Christians,
no research,
not Nation of Islam, but Orthodox.
See, Umar, no, you just look. Ain't no research. What are you talking about? Okay, let me skip through to some other key points here. We did the 38-minute mark. That's a huge lie. Imagination for black women are the only ones who out-earned her man in the United States of America. Black women are the only women that can make decisions about their child without your permission. This is just Umar projecting. He's a deadbeat. He talks about gangster rappers, how they're goofy and they have gold chains, but we have a video of Umar sporting the gold chain, the FDMG gold chain. He disrespects Cornel West, Lamont Hill, and Michael Eric Dyson. Okay. He has conspiracy theories, promised one of the classrooms let's do this one. Here, let's do 1 hour and 2 minute mark. You guys gonna trip off of this guy right here. He's nuts. Here we go.
What you mean?
Like it's real important to be a black historian now and to record the record straight.
Well, we want one of those classrooms in my school gonna be a museum. It's gonna be a Pan-African museum.
Oh, okay.
He just made that shit up on the spot. That's Umar. Yeah, one of the classrooms, we're gonna turn it into a Black History Museum. We're gonna call it the Hidden History Museum, family.
It's gonna be a Pan-African museum.
Oh, okay. That's
What you mean? I ain't
like,
following.
you know, like it's real important to be a Black historian now and
Yes,
to
yes, yes,
record the record straight.
We
as
want
it is.
one of those classrooms in my school gonna be a museum. It's gonna be a Pan-African museum.
That's a promise. I put it as a promise. I'm tripping. Yeah. Here. How about this one right here, y'all? Check this one out. 107.40.
So we'll get a waiver.
I'm telling you, I don't care who the president is as long as they not Black.
We're gonna leave this one right there. Okay. Let's go take a quick reset. I'll be right back. Here we go.
See her eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free. Talk to my nose, this lover's got is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Next to the law. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
See her eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free. Talk to my nose, this lover's got is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Next to the law. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
see her eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free. Talk to my nose, this lover's got is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Next to the law. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
see her eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free. Talk to my nose, this lover's got is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
Yeah, we go.
It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Next to the law. With my snow bunny love. Been party by the night.
see her eyes shine, she's my snow bunny please. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dove of free. Talk to my nose, this lover's got is so raw. Make you goose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me and you tonight.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the bar. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Next to the law. With my snow bunny love. Been party by
All right, there you have it. The #1 hit in Africa, Snow Bunny Love, with Umar Johnson. All right. Now, do you guys want, how's it going, Bobby? Do you guys want me, LenonHonor, to pull up the receipts for the Housewives of Atlanta? I ain't gonna pull all of them. I'll pull two. I'll give you two. Do you guys want me to pull up the receipts from Umar when he was trying to be in the Housewives of Atlanta? African bunny bottom. What in the world? What in the world, D? Okay. I don't even know what body is. It's probably some freak off shit. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that, family. I don't know nothing about that. Do you all want me to drop it like it's hot? I can give you a little. I ain't gonna give it all to you because I gotta save some of it for the documentary. Yeah, I know that's true. You're right about that. It's for theatrics. You know what I'm saying? We got to make it entertaining for the people, for Carlita and everyone. Okay. You ain't ever seen this one? All right. Well, Maddie says 78. Okay, let's go. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to go ahead and do it then. All right. Give me a second, everyone. Let me pull this up. I'll give you two of them. The first one is from 2019. What is this? This would be 2019 7/20. It's not coming up. Okay, let me try it another way. Here it is right here. So let me set this one first, and then let me pull up the other one real quick, just so that I can have it on deck. What year was that other one? I can't even remember. I just had it too. Hold on one second. I may still have it in my, yeah, here it is. 2022. And then we're looking for, 1 second. 9, okay. Here we go. I'll pull this second one up. All right. So here's the first one. This came online 2019, but the when Umar was in it, it's years prior to this. But let's do this one first. Here we go.
Thanks for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl, Liz the One. We don't have that much time to gossip like a diva, but remember when Umar Johnson was trying to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? I believe it was season 8, but here's the clip I'm talking about. And my question is, why did he get written out of this show? So check it out and tell me what you think. Peace.
Gonna give him one.
Thirsty women.
I'm just gonna date like a man.
This is the homicidal honey.
So now I can turn on my crazy.
Check, please.
One more time.
Everybody, thanks for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl, Liz the One. We don't have that much time to gossip like a diva, but remember when Umar Johnson was trying to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? I believe it was season 8, but here's the clip I'm talking about. And my question is, why did he get written out of this show? So check it out and tell me what you think. Peace.
Gonna give him one.
Thirsty women.
I'm just gonna date like a man.
This is the homicidal honey.
So now I can turn on my crazy. Check, please.
Okay. Now, for me, I said to myself, I have to see more because I have to have more than that. This is a relatively short receipt. I'm not going to give you all of the stuff that I have, but this is one of the other videos. It confirms it. Check this one out.
And say, look, I'm dating.
Y'all, I'm watching season 8 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and look who pops up on my screen. Like,
my dates.
I don't think we should be dating while we're here.
Who was that, everybody? Did y'all see it? Here. Who's that?
I don't think we should be dating while we're healing. In order for a relationship to work,
oh my God.
Children, you needed a love affair with your mom, and you needed a love affair with your dad.
I cannot.
I don't like this love affair talk. He talks like this all these older videos. It's really, it's like, I don't know.
In order for a relationship to work,
oh my God.
Children, you needed a love affair with your mom, and you needed a love affair with your dad.
I cannot.
Relationship was start dating, and you either trust people too soon.
Umar helped me to realize that some of the issues that I have with men stem from my dysfunctional relationship that I have with my family.
I cannot. Kenya is beautiful, but my God.
And then I have videos where Umar, he's talking about how you black women, you watched Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think he just mad because they cut his ass out the show. They probably found out he was a scammer. That's probably what happened. He's probably like, you're scamming ass. We're going to cut you out the show. You sound goofy anyway. Head too big for the screen, all that. Anyway, that just goes to show you the hypocrisy of Umar. He's a hypocrite all the way across the board. Yeah. Told y'all. Out of all people, but it makes sense because he's a diva himself. Umar is a bit of a diva himself. All right. Okay. Let me pull up some other stuff because I got a little more time than I thought. Let me do this. I need to find a link. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I just needed to get this link real quick for my notes. Let me just type this in here, and that's that. Okay, so I got through this one. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to go back to one of the earlier Johnson State of Black America. Did we do that one? Three babies, 3 child. No, that's Elder Khalifa. We did the Elder Khalifa 150,000. I think it's this one. This is the next one that we need to get to. Okay. Let me pull this up. This is from January 21st, 2019. I think January 21st is this one right here. And I'll work on these notes and I'll be typing and I'll pause every once in a while. But here's the next one. This is Dr. Umar Johnson on the state of the Black America. This is on King Kong consciousness.
Black men. And I think someone said to me once, well, black officers in law enforcement should know better because they're trained. This is not something they should do. But something that goes overlooked, I believe, in the community. We don't talk enough about when black men are killing other black men. Where's the protest for that? Where's the Black Lives Matter at? Is that the white man's fault?
I agree. Excellent question. Let's deal with this. Black on black crime. Couple facts right from the gate. Let's deal with those police officers.
Okay.
Some people would say you cannot blame white folks for this because black men did it. But they did it in the name of white supremacy. Yes. It's not the individual's right to choose. It's the institution that dictates behavior. Why does a black teacher in the public school send your child to special ed when nothing was wrong with him? Are white folks off the hook? Hell no. Because it was white folks who created the culture. It was white folks who created the system. It was white folks who...
So you never want to hold black people accountable unless he's demeaning them. You see? But this type of talk is very dysfunctional and it perpetuates victimhood for black people. And then you never hold black people accountable. That's part of the problem, in my opinion.
Created the atmosphere. So the black cop that shoots a black man is carrying out the orders of the white power structure. Deal with the institution, not the individuals. Now, black on black crime, a big problem. We should be protesting that. That is a major contradiction in the black struggle. However, we must clarify a few things. Most black on black crime, as someone who works in the prisons, okay, works with black males, most
works in the prisons. This is in 2019.
It's politically and economically generated. Let's go back 80 years. Who was the drug dealers and the gangsters? Italians, Irish, Jews. Right here in South Philly, they was gang banging, killing each other, selling dope. Meyer Lansky wasn't an African. Bugsy Siegel wasn't an African. Lucky Luciano wasn't an African. Al Capone wasn't an African. They did the same thing our boys are doing. You know what the difference is? The United States government in 1940 decided to make Irish, Jews, and Italians white folks. Before 1940, they were not white folks. And then guess what they did after they made them white? And guess what they did after they made them white? Well, you had other immigrants, but they were still whites because they were Anglo-Saxons. What they did was they gave the Irish the police departments. They gave the Italians the fire departments, and they gave the Jews the civil service, center city jobs, city hall that they still control to this day. And the courts, they gave them an economic stimulus package. You want to stop black on black crime? You can cut at least 40% of it out overnight. Give these brothers who are fighting and killing each other over turf territory and drugs a livable wage job with benefits so they can raise their children. Whenever we have conversations on black crime, why we never hear anything about economic opportunity? They never talk economics when they talk black men. It's all about we gotta create more prisons, and maybe we're not tough enough on crime, or maybe they need some help, maybe they need some therapy. We don't give a damn about no band-aids. We want a solution, and the solution is economic empowerment. What's the first job of a man? To protect and provide. The protect part, we can do better on that, but some of us can do that. But to be able to provide.
Yeah, but see, he wasn't providing for his children, and he also put his child's life in jeopardy, put the one of the baby mama's life in jeopardy, and the grandmama's life in jeopardy when he docks their personal information. Can you believe this guy?
Black men are hurting because a lot of us are not given that opportunity to provide for our families. That creates the stress that
Umar, go get a job, you bum.
Directly leads to the murder. Let me give you an example. He's in a Chinese store tonight. I just got fired from my job. I just got fired after 30 years.
You don't have a job. Umar, you don't have a job.
I walk into the Chinese store. He look at me the wrong way. What the F you looking at? Guess what? He ain't got a job looking for one. He mad at the same thing I'm mad at. 3 babies, 3 child supports, whatever the case is. We get into a fight, I kill him.
Is Umar projecting there? Because he does have at least 2 babies and at least 3 child support cases. 2 of the cases for the babies, the other one's for the garnished wages. Anyway.
Headlines will say another black man murdered a black man in South Philly in the Chinese store, probably fighting over a blunt. They don't know the real reason we got into that scuffle is because both of us are suffering the same oppression, economic castration.
Yes.
I'm telling you, he always recites these negative racial stereotypes about black men and women all the time. And Marcus Garvey was friends with Irish people. He even bowed down to Irish political figures. Stop! I didn't know that. I don't know about that, Robbie. I do know that Marcus Garvey had correspondence with the Ku Klux Klan, if memory serves me right. I haven't looked deep into Marcus Garvey. But this right here, he bowed down to Irish political figures. I don't know. Now I want to go look it up. Let me see. Marcus Garvey. Down to what did you say? I'm sorry, I can't even see my screen. Did I play this other video? Oh, I meant to play that other video. I'm sorry, I don't forgot, but that's okay. Irish. Yeah, it does say that there was an Irish connection. But it's saying this testament to that he had a kinship of Irish and Pan-African freedom fighters in the liberation of their people. Interesting. Beyond and before Marcus Garvey, there's a long history of solidarity between activists and civil rights leaders in the U.S. and Ireland. Yeah, it says Garvey developed a strong relationship with Eamon da Valera, the political leader on the Irish side. Yeah, but and again, if what you're saying is true, I highly doubt Umar would ever mention that. Just like Robbie, Umar doesn't like to talk about Frederick Douglass's second wife, who was a white woman, Pitts. I can't remember her first name right now. Becky Pitts or some shit like that. I'm just he don't like, and whenever people bring it up, he directs the conversation otherwise. He deflects. He'll say this is his normal response is, yeah, but people don't want to talk about the blue black chocolate wife that he had that stayed with him in all of his life and gave him all these kids. Umar does, that's what he does, because he wants to deflect away from the fact that Frederick Douglass was a bunny hopper, based on Umar's words. So, Robbie, if this is true, Umar wouldn't want people to know this, and he wouldn't mention it either. And if someone ever brought it up, he would deflect away from it. He would most definitely deflect, because that's what he does. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, because I remember I saw something about, and I could be wrong, but I remember I saw something about Marcus Garvey, and he had some sort of correspondence with the Ku Klux Klan, because they wanted black people to go back to Africa, and he's talking about going back to Africa. See? Now, I could be wrong, okay, but this is something I remember from a long time ago. Thanks for the super chat, Robbie. I appreciate it. Look it up, Lenon. I know. I just looked it up. Okay, so Irish fought the KKK at Notre Dame, if memory serves. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Yeah, Umar, he spews a lot of negative stereotypes. He really does. Yeah, they're fighting over a blunt. That's Umar. That's what he does. Marcus Garvey wasn't even close to black Americans the way once. Yeah, I agree with that too. I totally agree with that. Yes, Garvey did meet with the KKK. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have confirmation there too. Marcus Garvey met with the KKK. He likes how they treated and act. I think you're saying acted towards African Americans. Goodness. Let's see. I'm just looking in here. Marcus Garvey is a bad business. I think you're saying businessman who was deported. He was deported. He never went to Africa either. It's interesting. It's like Umar. We opened up school. Blah blah blah. He didn't never open up school. Yes, the Klan, all this talk and still no black boys educated. Yeah, I've been saying that for a long time. I've been saying that for such a long time. 10-year education on how to rip off poor people, the ghetto. Yeah, yep, absolutely right about that. Yeah, I didn't mean to say Becky. I'm just Becky Pitts. That's being mean. Garvey lost a lot of black support after he met with the KKK. I'm sure he did. See, the thing is, and I don't mean to be like this, but Marcus Garvey wasn't from the United States of America. You see what I'm saying? So it makes a difference. And there are people from other countries or from other places around the world that we're in. They look at black people in a negative way anyway, as inferior. In fact, if you listen to the Marcus Garvey speeches that you can find online, you don't see video, but you hear audio. He has a very negative view about black people in general. If you listen to how he talks, it reminds me of how he talks. Well, he'll say things like, well, you guys this, and I can't save all of you, and some of you guys aren't worth saving, that type of talk. I was speaking about this in a previous live stream, and there's other black leaders who's done it before. Early Malcolm used to talk like that too. It's just true. It's truly unfortunate. And then, and I'm not saying this about Malcolm because he evolved, but there are these leaders who they actually think that they're superior to black people here in the United States of America, and they believe that they're the Messiah. They have a Messiah complex. Umar has a Messiah complex. I have a video inside of these notes recently that I covered where Umar says something to the effect, yeah, and that makes me the Messiah. I said, what in the world? But to think that way, you have to believe that somehow you're better than everyone else. And then you'll hear it in their rhetoric. You hear it in Umar a lot. He disrespects black people over and over again. Yeah, Helen Pitts. That's it. Helen Pitts. I said Becky. I shouldn't have did that. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad, y'all. Yeah, he's from Jamaica. I'm gonna look further into the Irish connection though too. I'll look into that. I mean, I haven't really studied Marcus Garvey. My main guy was Malcolm. He was always my main guy. Anyway, okay. Thanks for a super chat from Robbie. I appreciate it. And D and Carlita, thank you for the super sticker. Okay, let's continue here so I can get going on these notes. Here we go.
Make it better though, because
I'll tell you how you make it better.
We're in 2019 now, and
problems don't change just because the time is rolling, brother.
No, you're right. But I'm seeing homes in this area that I can't even afford.
Oh,
and I see that
black bourgeoisie has aided the Caucasian in removing blacks out of all the major inner cities in America. It ain't just Philly. They doing it in Harlem, DC. You can go to certain cities now. They even starting to work on Atlanta, believe it or not, Black Chocolate City. Okay, it was DC, now it's Atlanta, but this was a national movement. Guess when they decided to do it? Y2K. It was in the year 2000 that they decided that they was going to go back to the inner cities and take them back. And why did they want to come back to the inner cities in the first place? They never wanted to leave. Right. Why did white folks run away from the inner city? Because after the Dr. King era, integration, housing and urban development, they had to let us in. So white folks ran to the suburbs because part of the burden of being white is always looking like you're better than black folks. So they had to run away to live their own private life. And then guess what the black bourgeoisie did? followed the white folks out to, because we love white folks. So they said, if these Negroes love us this much, that no matter where we go, they're going to follow us, we might as well go to hell back home. And that's why when a lot of white people moved out in the 60s, they never sold their property. They just became landlords, but they never relinquished their control because they knew one day they were going to come back home. Listen, don't no white person want to sit in traffic for 90 minutes going to an Eagles game. Don't no white person want to sit in traffic for 2 hours going to a Sixers.
Okay, I want you guys to check this next part out because it shows Umar. He starts to rage and he shows he's emotionally volatile. Watch this.
Okay. It is convenient to live Susquehanna Avenue. Yes. It is convenient to live on Girard Avenue. It is convenient to live on Allegheny Avenue. 3 stops from downtown, 8 stops from the sports complex. White folks is like, we paying all this money to live in the suburbs. And it's so inconvenient to get to the culture of Philadelphia and to the sports complex. So they said, why don't we swap? Right. So that's why Donald Trump put the coon from Baltimore, housing and urban development.
Oh, Ben Carson.
Ben Coon Carson. I called him that. I called him that. I said it. Ben, I'm calling it. He's a coon.
This guy is out there. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we had a wonderful Christmas, and we don't celebrate it, but we had a wonderful Christmas. We actually live stream, and New Year's coming up. I plan on live streaming New Year's Eve, starting earlier on in the day and doing a mini marathon. But you see how Umar behaves? He actually started pounding on his chest. See?
Coon from Baltimore, housing and urban development.
Again, disrespect of black people.
Development.
Oh, Ben Carson.
Ben Coon Carson. I called him that. I said it. Ben, I'm calling it. He's a coon. Listen. No. We let it quit. No.
Now watch what he does to this lady.
All hell the queen. No. We're not getting
talking about as it relates to Ben Carson. Has he sold out?
Of course. Yes. Listen, Donald Trump put Ben Carson in charge of housing and urban development so that he could facilitate. Yes. But that also makes Barack Obama a coon.
He's a coon.
But
he sold us out.
But that also there's a name. Coons are coons. How you going to change it if you can't? You can't change it if you can't claim it. One of the things we got to stop doing is being afraid to be unapologetic about our reality. We are in a desperation state. This is a state of emergency. We ain't got time to be worrying about nobody's feelings. I can give a damn what a Negro think about me. Shame the devil and tell the truth.
Wow.
Shame the devil and call.
Out of all people,
we love you, boy. You know we love you, boy.
See, but you see, he's really over talking this lady, and he's yelling at her because she's giving him some resistance. He does not like to be challenged by black women.
We got the queen in the building. We're gonna love you anyway.
See, now he's trying to be nice.
See, part of being a black man, I got to put you on a pedestal even if you say don't do it.
That's right. No, I'm on a.
Even though he just yelled at her and was talking over her. You see this guy?
What we're going to do, we're going to take a break, a much needed break, so everybody can stretch their legs and get some water. You're listening and watching Acres of Diamonds. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
See him snarling and shit?
I love every second of it.
Ben Carson is a coon.
But if he's a coon, so is Obama. They both did the same thing. What's the difference between Barack Obama and Clarence Thomas? Nothing. And Ben Carson, Condoleezza, nothing.
Why are you talking like that?
Let's come back and let's
nothing.
We still ain't do school to prison pipeline.
That's what I want to come back.
Let's deal with special ed and ADHD in Philadelphia.
You just sounded so fast.
We ain't got to spend a lot of time on it, but let's hit it. And we can go wherever else. But hit that because you got parents. Ain't no daddy at home disorder. Artificial diet at home disorder. What's bull crap? What's bull crap? I got the receipts.
Anybody need water? Anybody need water?
What I'm saying is I know because we work with children with ADHD, and we're like,
Well, you a foster parent. Y'all got it really hard.
We're giving them
Because it's hard for foster parents to say no.
all they need is just to be turned around.
Yes.
Go right out that
Exactly.
door and
And that's why I'm opening the school. I agree with you. You're absolutely right.
You got a lot of haters in that school situation.
Well, but see, that's only because the haters get the attention. For every hater I got 1 million supporters.
Oh, I know what I'm
They irrelevant.
I ain't gonna tell you.
And that's why none of them allowed in the school when it opens anyway. You coons ain't coming in.
Here you go.
I'm gonna have a whole hater list.
I'm on it. I'm on the list.
This is
What?
crazy
Talk to me.
when I first saw your stuff. I'm like, you got this separatist.
It ain't separatist. It's righteousness. Righteousness. What did Jesus say? Did Jesus say he came for everybody? He said, I came for those in the house of Israel.
Umar, do not bring up Jesus. Again, I'm not Christian, but come on. You call in this same video, he's talking about the murdering kids. Jesus comes for everybody, but he's talking about how 10% of them got to be terminated. This is the same video from the first documentary. He sure does. One of the things in terms of, because he actually tells people this, and I'm going to do a whole montage of this in the documentary, the upcoming documentary. He talks about how part of the ADHD is you interrupt people while they're talking and you'll over talk them. Well, that's what he does. He's doing this to this woman over and over and over again. And you don't listen. That's what he's doing here. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I have a video where he admits that he has ADHD. He says he struggled with it all his life. See? What's good, loved ones? Let's cook his SpongeBob pineapple house built dome on New Year's. Yeah, I want to do it. How's the poll looking? Let me know because I can't see it on. I got to pull it up. Y'all let me know if there's some if what the percentage is, yes and no. Because I love to get on here and I'll have me snacks and everything. We just hang out like the old days and bring in the new year. And thanks for being a member too, Tef Calmer. Hope you're doing all right. That's one of the OGs right here. Okay, let me continue with this.
Israel. Ain't nobody trying to say. Did Moses save everybody? No. Moses say the Negroes and all. You feel me?
I know, I get it.
But let me tell you this though. There's members of the LBGT who support my work.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, they send me emails and everything. They say, listen, Doc.
Said I was raped and that's how I got this way.
But not only that, they'll say, listen, Doc, I never heard you say you wanted to bring harm to me. I never heard you say you wanted to stop me from living or being. You understand? And they'll even say, I agree with you. This should not be system. Well, when the time is right, because I'm going to have a gay black forum.
I knew it. I knew
what?
it.
That ain't all. I got it in my notes. That ain't all. You see how he be making up shit on the spot? He's really good at it. I mean, it be sounding ridiculous, but he will make up some shit on the spot.
You should say that, sir.
I do say it sometimes.
You got people.
But they can't say it in the out because they don't want to get lynched by the LBGT.
Let's get ready to come back.
No, I say it a lot though.
Yo, I ain't never heard him say that. He said it. I don't know what something about a gay forum or here.
You got people.
But they can't say it in the out because they don't want to get lynched by the LBGT.
Let's get ready to come back.
Work. Oh my gosh, they send me emails and everything. They say, listen, Doc.
Said I was raped and that's how I got this way.
But not only that, they'll say, listen, Doc, I never heard you say you wanted to bring harm to me. I never heard you say you wanted to stop me from living or being. You understand? And they'll even say, I agree with you. This should not be system. Well, when the time is right, because I'm going to have a gay black forum.
A formal, so it's like a dance. What he's talking about, or some shit. But he, my thing is this for oh man, sometimes with this guy, I don't know what to say. Sometimes My battery about to go. I need to change this battery. I'm gonna play it one more time. He said a forum no, he didn't say forum. He said a formal, didn't he? Here, one more time. Here we go. I'm gonna change this battery. I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, they send me emails and everything. They say, listen, Doc.
Said I was raped and that's how I got this honey.
But not only that, they'll say, listen, Doc, I never heard you say you wanted to bring harm to me. I never heard you say you wanted to stop me from living or being. You understand?
Yeah.
And they'll even say, I agree with you. This should not be well when the time is right, because I'm gonna have a gay black forum.
It sounded like he said formal, not forum. I wrote down forum. I mean, I wrote down formal. I could be wrong. What do y'all think? I'm gonna put formal on my notes. Formal or forum? Formal makes more sense, I would think, but he's bullshitting anyway. You know what I'm saying? He just be Umar be freestyling. You know what I'm saying? Is it forum? Okay, forum. I'll have it in my notes. I'll put forum. So it's an all gay forum. What in the world? Umar gonna have an all gay forum. What in the world is going on? Umar is wild. He's so wild. You know what's funny is, oh no, that's Umar. He calls them the Rainbow Gang. That's wrong, but that's Umar. Now he's talking about a floral forum, freak off. I don't know. He's just coming up with anything. Yeah, Umar. Yeah, we're gonna have all gay freak off. In the back of the school. We ain't gonna have it in the school, family. We're gonna have it in the back of the school. All right. Umar, did you say that you're gonna have an all gay freak off? Did you say that, sir?
They'll say, listen, Doc, I never heard you say you wanted to bring harm to me. I never heard you say you wanted to stop me from living or being. You understand? And they'll even say, I agree with you. This should not be well when the time is right, because I'm gonna have a gay black forum.
I knew it.
He said formal, y'all. He said formal. Come on. He said formal. That's what he said. I'm gonna play it again. This Umar shit is crazy. That's all I got to say. It's another promise. An all gay formal. That didn't it say formal? I'm gonna go one more time. It did. It sounded like formal to me. That they'll go ahead. It always got he said formal. A formal is like a dance, you know, where everyone dresses up. What in the world is going on here, Umar? Forum. Forum man. Here we go. This is going to be a debate for the next year. What did Umar say here about the gays? You know, Umar, I'm sorry, I'm just joking. If you're gay, you're not supposed to say gays. Just like you can say gay, but you're not supposed to say gays. And I have a skit where I talk about how you can say black, but you can't say the blacks. So you can say gay, but you can't say the gays. You guys got that? Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's do this one more time.
They'll say, listen, Doc, I never heard you say you wanted to bring harm to me. I never heard you say you wanted to stop me from living or being. You understand? And they'll even say, I agree with you. This should not be well when the time is right, because I'm gonna have a gay black forum.
It sounded like forum that time, but I don't know. Oh no. A gay black farm. You guys are taking it too far. You guys are taking it too far. Cut it out. He did not say a gay black farm. He said forum. Cut him some slack on. Okay, for real, this is going to be the last time. I'm going to see if he said farm. No, this is going to be the last time. Okay, we're going to have to come back to this at some point. Okay.
You got people.
But they can't say it in the out because they don't want to get lynched by the LBC.
Let's get ready to come back.
No, I say you You wanted to stop me from living or being.
You got people.
But they can't say it in the out because they don't want to get lynched by the LBC.
Let's get ready to come back.
No, I say it a lot though.
What up, Troy? I'm bringing it back here.
Oh.
But I'm gonna have a gay black conversation.
They don't want me to be passionate.
Now he's saying a gay black conversation. Let me go on my notes. Hold on one second, everybody, because I got to put this in here. Because we're going to figure this out at some day. I don't know what day, but at some day. I thought he said a formal forum.
I'm not afraid. I've been like
Passion is spirit. You got to be passionate. You wanted to stop me from living or being. You understand? Yeah. And they'll even say, I agree with you. This should not be system. Well, when the time is right, because I'm going to have a gay black forum.
Yeah, I think it is forum. Now I'm going to go with forum. But this is a good point because he says a conversation, and that would be a forum, not a formal. You see what I'm saying? This is really good. That really good right here. Thank you for saying that. So I'm going to go with forum. What in the world are you talking about? Ruben, what are you talking about, senor? Come on. What in the world? Y'all crazy. All right, let's keep going. Here we go.
I knew it.
What?
You should say that, sir.
I do say it sometimes.
You got people.
But they can't say it in the out because they don't want to get lynched by the LBC.
Let's get ready to come back.
No, I say it a lot though.
What up, Troy? I'm bringing it back here.
Oh.
But I'm going to have a gay black conversation.
A gay black conversation.
Passion is spirit. You got to be passionate.
A gay black.
Be passionate. Let it out.
John, once you talk about that,
what's a gay black? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
a gay black versus a gay white. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh man. Oh man.
And then he starts eating candy. He be eating candy during this interview, which is crazy because he be telling people how you shouldn't have your kids on candy and all this stuff. Let's go to you guys know this part where he talk about putting taking back the community with guns and all this stuff. That's at the 14 because I have that inside of the previous documentary, so I'm not going to do that one. He also says I've never taken a life, 10% are unreachable, all that stuff. Let me go down because I'm already finished with these notes. Am I finished with these notes? No, I'm not. Okay, so we got a little more time. Lazy black parents. Where are the black men helping? Let's do this one right here, 2910. It just goes to show you his target demographic.
Parent. Okay, here's where I want to implicate black males. Because as you know, Queen, most of our kids are raised by single moms.
That's right.
And every time something goes wrong with the kids, single moms, because they're doing a good enough job. They're doing the best they can. Where are the black men stepping up to help our single mothers raise these boys? I don't see enough Christians. I don't see enough Muslims. I don't see enough professionals. I don't see enough community-based groups. I was speaking with a reverend whose name I'm not going to call. I said, Rev, why your church ain't doing more to help the single moms with their sons? All them black men you got in your church, every one of them should have two boys they're responsible for, even if they got their own. You know what he said? We got to find some funding. What the hell you need money? And you supposed to be a servant of the Lord. You need money to help her with her son? Is that how bad we've gotten where we got to be paid? Where would we be if Harriet Tubman said, where my check at? Where would we be if Dr. King said, where my check at? Where would we be if Malcolm, Muhammad, Garvey, if any of them said, how much am I going to get paid for risking my life to save you Negroes? If Harriet Tubman was waiting for a paycheck, we still be in chains.
So what are some of the things that these parents need to know as it relates to special ed? Because there's a lot of labels. And a child just may not know, it might be dyslexic. Now they're saying special ed, you can't read.
Right.
When I went to school, they gave you a label. You were
okay. I'm gonna run it off.
That was the only label.
The only label.
Right.
And you knew them because they was in a small class,
and they still are. The only difference is if they're in a charter school. Charter schools are not required to have self-contained special ed classes. So if your son is a learning disabled student in a charter school, instead of being self-contained, he's mainstreamed into the regular class. But I like the mainstreaming because most of the kids ain't got nothing wrong with them in the first place. But if they have a real disability, a real one, let's say your child is autistic and he's moderately intellectually delayed, he might need a separate class. So then the charter school ain't serving him because this is a boy who does need to be pulled out. So although I largely agree with the charter school approach to special ed, it doesn't work for kids with real problems. If your child is deaf, they need to be at the deaf school. If your child is blind, he need to be at the Overbrook School for the Blind. And I used to be the school psychologist there, as a matter of fact. But my point is, each child's supposed to be taken based on their individual case. But that's not what Philadelphia doing. That ain't what these charter schools is doing. These charter schools are saying, in order to save money, I'm putting them there. In order to save money, I'm putting them there. And that's why you can walk into an intellectually disabled class and see an autistic kid in there. Why is an autistic kid in a retarded class? He ain't retarded. You know why? They're banking that the black parent don't care enough about the kid to even visit.
The fact that he's even still using that terminology is crazy. Let me go watch this right here at the 30, and I'll just finish my notes on this particular video. So let me skip through. Let me check what he says right here.
989-9858. You got any issue, IEP, mentally gifted, reading disability, autism, deafness, blindness, speech and language. I am your school psychologist. Hit Dr. Umar up. But this is why
this is interesting. He had invited leaders from different Irish groups, and also the UNIA had Japanese guest speakers in California in the 1920s. I didn't know that either. I'm going to do a little research, not much, but because I got to stay focused. But I do have on my list. I'm going to do some research into Playa T. That's the guy that interviewed Umar earlier, and then Robbie had mentioned Marcus Garvey, how he bowed down to what did he say? What did I put here? Irish? No, not Irish. I put Irish. What was it? Was it Scottish? No. What was it? Irish? I thought because I wrote down Irish. I could be wrong. Let me see. Hold on one second. Yeah, it was Irish. Okay, so I'm good. I'm gonna do some research on that. But I do know for sure that he did meet with the KKK. I know that for sure. Okay, and again, I haven't researched much into Marcus Garvey. My guy was Malcolm. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I'll do some research in it. And if you have any research, you can always email it to me. Any research material, you can email to me at LenonHonor@yahoo.com. I'll take a look. Okay, watch what he says right here. Check this out.
Building the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. I want a school where black boys come to school to learn one thing: power. Yes. How to get it and how to keep it and how to protect it. And we raising alpha males in there. Ain't gonna be no LBGT pills in there. Ain't gonna be no Me Too pills.
See this? But you were just saying how you wanted to have a forum with the all black gays or whatever he said. You see what I'm saying? And what is he saying? Pills? I never, out of all these years, I never understood what he's saying right there.
Pills in there. Ain't gonna be no Me Too pills.
What is he saying right there? Bills? It sounds like he's saying pills. I could never figure this out.
How to get it and how to keep it and how to protect it. And we raising alpha males in there. Ain't gonna be no LBGT pills in there. Ain't gonna be no Me Too pills.
What does that mean? Am I out of the loop? Because you know the young people, they have different terminology. I don't know. What does that mean? Why is he saying that? I got videos where he's popping pills. He's just eating them. He just taking them and just throwing them down over and over again. He don't even stop. Some of you guys have seen that before. And I remember one time we were counting. We were like, "What is he doing?" He just kept going. I said, "This guy." What does that mean, though? Anybody know what pills mean? Whoa. So, yeah, okay, so red to red pill, blue pill, black pills, I guess. Yeah, that's what he's saying there, though. Damn, what in the world? Pills or propaganda, maybe? Okay. Maybe that's what it is. That sounds, that Gamer Geek, that sounds more, it would make sense to me, because other stuff, I don't understand it. Maybe he means pills in terms of propaganda. Yeah, but why would he say it that way, though? I don't know. It don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. Yeah, I could never figure this out. What's good did he say he used to be a school psychologist? Well, there are several schools in the Philadelphia school district where he was a school psychologist. And I have videos where he gives names of those schools. He was also a school psychologist at Capera Charter School. But that was later, because after they stopped dealing with him in the public school system, Umar, he ends up running to the charter school, even though he still to this day, he has negative things to say about the charter school system, but he had to take whatever work he could find. But he ended up getting fired from there. So he's been at different schools. And yeah, Umar, he was a school psychologist, but school principal, haven't found any receipts on that. And he may have been, okay. School vice principal, I haven't found any receipts on that either. None. Yeah, pills could just mean agenda. That's maybe what he's trying to say. It's weird the way he's saying it and he's yelling at the same time. Okay, thanks for clearing that up. I'm gonna go with that.
I am your school psychologist. Hit Dr. Umar up. But this is why I'm building the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. I want a school where black boys come to school to learn one thing: power. Yes. How to get it and how to keep it and how to protect it. And we raising alpha males in there. Ain't gonna be no LBGT pills in there. Ain't gonna be no Me Too pills. We raising alpha males for our daughters. That's the purpose of the Frederick Douglass Marcus.
The conference that you're having, is there a fee for the conference?
Yes, they will have to register. They can go to drumarjohnson.com, DRUMAR Johnson.
Conference. He never had a conference. This is another thing never happened.
.com, where they could text message me at 215-989.
Yeah, so he's saying no Me Too agenda. That's what he's saying. I'll tell you, boy.
985.
Okay, let me skip to and then we'll wind this down. Let's go to let's see. Oh, this is where they don't mention my name, but I know they were talking about me and they were talking about the Cookie Crush chat too. Okay. There's also a part in here at the 37-minute mark where he gives well, let me play it because it's coming up right here.
Sure.
Call it. Good evening, welcome to the show. Please keep it nice and short and sweet. Good evening.
Thursday, February the 14th, 201st Earth Day of the great Frederick Douglass. I will be going live from Facebook and Instagram simultaneously to announce the location of the first of hopefully several Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
I remember this because we were waiting on this. This wasn't a grand opening. This is announcing that he acquired the building. And he said that it was going to be the 14th, but it ended up being, I think, the 9th or the 7th, something like that. But I remember that from back in the day. Now, this is where they bring, I know they're talking about me and the Cookie Crush chat right here. Watch this.
I was stuck. I was stranded. Next question. Caller. I keep saying question. Next call. That's it?
No, we got one more.
Okay, one more. You're the last one. You're with Dr. Umar Johnson. Welcome to the show. Hello?
Caller, you there?
Okay, that's good. Don't worry about it. A lot of people have said negative things about you. They put out negative posts about you. You know, you were going on an ongoing battle with, I'm not going to mention his name, but.
See, Umar starts snarling. See this? Umar starts snarling. He starts getting very uncomfortable.
I'm not going to mention his name, but it was an ongoing battle, man. And, people have been coming at your neck. About the money that was raised for the school. When is the school going to open? So you have the date selected that you're going to make this major announcement. And I think by, you saying that, you'll be able to put to bed and put to rest many of the naysayers.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah,
because our people, man, and I was really hurt by a lot of
it. Was leaked. Someone sent it to me. I knew before he even made the announcement. I actually had at the school location and all of that stuff.
Comments that our people, black people, were making about you personally, and I'm like, this is a personal friend of mine. and they were attacking you, brother. And I
still a
felt
scammer
bad for the attacks, and you know, I'm happy that you stood your ground and you realized that the mission that you're on, it's bigger than who came on tonight. And they said that you could perhaps do more to get your the men that follow you, that listen to you, that come to your lectures. You could give them more of a charge to go out into the streets to do more. Maybe you should talk about this more at your lectures. What thoughts do you have?
I'm already doing that in many respects. But I will say this though, if there's anything that has held me back from being more aggressive with my agenda to liberate our people, it has been not having a home. And what I mean by not having a home, because the school is so central to my life and work, I needed to know where it was going to be before I could really dig in and start building up around it. You know what I mean?
No.
Now that
when he says home, it's literally and figuratively. It's really interesting that Umar phrases it like that, but it's literally and figuratively.
Have the school, I can now start digging in and getting some of the things done that I wanted to get done. But the National Independent Black Parent Association, we've been rolling. Team Pan-African, we've been rolling. You know, even before Team Pan-African, you know, I grew up in the UNIA. We've been rolling. So my whole life I've been about work. And I don't say this to be arrogant at all. But if you can name another black professional.
Again, he did not grow up in the UNIA. He was in the UNIA from 1997 to 2005. That's it. And right now, these days, the UNIA President General, they do not want the UNIA members to be dealing with Umar at all. Umar, he's such a liar. Again, he lies so much. I'm gonna let this play. I'm trying to find, and I'll close out with this. This is when there was a debate between Umar and Judge Joe Brown. And I'll close out with this because it got crazy. Let me play a little bit of this and pull the video.
Who is not attached to an existing institution, who has done more to save black children in America, not just Philly, in America, without money, free. I want to know their name. I want to know their name. Nobody has done more to educate black parents about the perils of special ed, ADHD, psychiatric med, IEP, learning disability, from a historical perspective. And Amos Wilson was the greatest black psychologist we ever had and the greatest black scholar.
This is all narcissism.
To make that clear. I want to make that clear. But let me say this. After Amos, but Amos wasn't a school psych. I'm a school psych, right? No psychologist in African-American history has done more to change the game as it relates to special ed and ADHD than Dr. Umar. Nobody living, nobody deceased.
I mean, they come after you. They come after your name. They come after your degree. They said your degree wasn't real, that you wasn't a real doctor.
See Umar eating candy? Here we go.
One. Because I would hate for any listeners, and particularly feminists, to misinterpret your comments earlier on Queen Mother Harriet Tubman.
I don't give a goddamn about feminists. They can go straight to hell, and I know they hate themselves because they got two X chromosomes instead of an XY. They are fraudulent, self-hating, and they're sick.
Well, I also wanted to clarify for me as well, Judge, because I know you had mentioned Thurgood Marshall, Dr. King, Frederick Douglass, and I just wanted to clarify with you that your comments were not suggestive of saying that by doing the Harriet Tubman movie that somehow undermined the works.
Yeah, I know. I think it's becoming more and more apparent. I'm not going to say he's the disgrace, but it's disgraceful, some of the comments that he's made. And I have to say it, he admits it. I have it's an audio like this. He admits that he's a misogynist. There's a woman, an actress, who talked about how back in the day, they were at this event or something like that. It was like, I don't know, he was at an event and he just came up to her and grabbed her and kissed her without her permission. So I don't know the veracity of it, but I believe the lady, you see. And I've talked about this in the past. I told people that this tends to happen with black men who reach a certain height, and then as they get older, they you just start to see things in them that it's unbecoming. And I have to say it that I saw this in Dick Gregory too, and there were platforms that were using him at that time. They would just have him on, and he would just go off and say all kind of crazy stuff. And it's just, and he was getting up there in age, just like, you know, becoming senile. And then he would call people niggas and stuff. I said, what in the world? Well, Joe Brown, Judge Joe Brown, he's getting there now, and they'll have him on, and see, Umar is going to be the next person up. Mark my words. He's going to be next one up. But yeah, he has a lot of disparaging things when he talks about women. And I can't act like it. And I talked about this before too. I can't act like it's not true, because if I call it out with Umar, I'll call it out with him too. But he's admitted that he's a misogynist.
Of those great male leaders, because that's what it kind of sounded
doesn't.
like.
But the objective is, I've heard it from the Hollywood sources I have. These feminists are trying to do this movie so they can get a black woman put on a $20 bill. And they have no interest in this movie is to soften the public up to the idea of taking a black woman who frees slaves.
Hey, listen, I got to call it like it is. He actually says that he's a misogynist. I can pull up the video. It may even be this one. I can pull it up. So I'm not saying anything that he hasn't said. But if you listen to him close enough, he has some very disparaging things to say about black women. I think, if memory serves me correctly, he called Kamala Harris a hoe. Now, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You may like other stuff that he says, and that's all great. But at the end of the day, no one should be getting on any platform talking about a woman like that.
By leading them to freedom and getting her or another one like her on a $20 bill. They can't get a white woman, so they want a black woman. They don't care. They just want a woman, and it downs masculinity. Now, everybody on a bill is not a dead president. Don't forget Ben Franklin. He was never a president. So that's plenty of precedent to put in somebody black who was never a president. Like, let's say if we want to go back to the 19th century, like all of the rest of the people are on there, died off in the 19th century or the 18th century. We've got Ben Franklin, so we can have Frederick Douglass.
Okay. But do you?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but you don't have a problem with a black woman, and in this case, Harriet Tubman, being memorialized in whatever way that comes. You don't have a problem with that, do you? Or do you?
I
have
got
a problem
big
with
problem if it's on a bill before they put a black man's face on one. I have a big problem with that.
Why?
Because
do you have a problem
historically,
with a black
the status
woman?
of an ethnic group is determined by its men, not its women. And that you put a black woman on there before a black man is insulting to the black race, because you're saying the men ain't worth a damn. Put a woman up there first.
I disagree.
Well,
I disagree. I don't think.
I won't. And the other
putting
thing is
Harriet,
black male leadership.
See, Umar can't overtalk Judge Joe Brown. That's the point I want to make here. The other thing is that Umar, in this video, he's trying to propose that Harriet Tubman should be on a dollar bill or some sort of a dollar bill. But more recently, there's a coin that he's complaining about and how she should be on that coin. Go on to his Instagram page right now. It just shows the hypocrisy of Umar Johnson.
A black woman
need to lead the black race by saying, impose your sense of responsibility on motherhood and start raising some decent young men instead of these little monsters that you have running around the house where you don't want to have a father involved with them. Start being real mothers and pay attention to it. That's what
honoring a black woman, Judge, how is that an insult to black men? I don't understand that.
Because if they had a black man on there, it wouldn't be. But if you put a black woman first, that's an insult to black men. Harriet Tubman rescued 250.
I don't look at it that way. I really don't give a shit, to be honest with you. You know, they put a black woman, I'm gonna be offended somehow, and I don't look at it that way at all.
She rescued maybe 250.
She rescued more than that. Judge.
Well, it may be,
that.
but there were black men that did something better than that too. There's one that's down here featured at a house in going into North Memphis here, where they had an underground railroad, and the brother got several thousand black slaves to freedom. but they don't even commemorate him, and you can't even learn about it.
But Judge Joe,
unless you happen to walk in that monument.
You got in the chat room. Some of y'all like, yeah, Judge Joe Brown, he's right. Other than he's wrong. And other y'all, some of y'all talking crazy in there. Anyway,
but what
the hell they don't think they want to do it because you led somebody to freedom?
Judge,
why don't they get the
president? I don't see it.
Judge, wouldn't you agree that Frederick Douglass, Dr. King, and Thurgood Marshall have all been exceedingly more celebrated and remembered in both Black history and American history than Queen Mother Harriet Tubman?
They need they need to put them on a bill and show respect. They've got a homicidal maniac, Andrew Jackson, on.
But he got a good point right here, though. I must admit.
A $20 bill. They've got a non-president, Benjamin Franklin, on a $50 bill. They've got Grant. They've got every Calvin Coolidge on a damn bill, too.
Douglas and King have been written about more than any other Black hero in American history.
He said, I don't care.
Respectful.
Why
not
give
and I remember,
why not give Black women their opportunity, Judge?
I don't care. Not you put a Black man on there first, because the thing of it is, they are not going to lynch. They are not going to generally lynch Black women. They'll rape them, but they'll lynch the Black men.
If they would have caught Harriet.
What? You sound like Umar now. What in the world? Yeah, that's the point. He cooking the prince, though. I have to admit. Now, I don't agree with all the arguments. There's a couple of arguments with Judge Joe Brown right there. I'm like, okay, I can see that. Umar, he's just playing dumb. The point is that when he's in the presence of a Black man who's going to speak his mind, Umar cowards. See? But if it's a woman, he'll overtalk like he was trying to do that other lady. That's the point I want to get to here. Man. We'll play the rest of it. There's only about maybe 2 more minutes.
They would have caught Harriet Tubman, they would have lynched her. They go in and deal with getting rid of the men.
If they would have caught Harriet Tubman, they would have lynched the judge.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point, Manny. They don't put a Caucasian woman in front of their men. Yeah, that's a good point. But me personally, I really don't give a shit whether it's symbolic or not. It doesn't make me any difference. See, if they put a Black woman on a dollar bill, it wouldn't make me any difference. It's not gonna make me feel better about being Black. I don't mean to say it that way, but it's not like I'm gonna pull out a dollar bill and be like, yeah, my self-esteem is up 20%. It's just not gonna happen. I just don't care. Okay, anyway.
Here we go. Last in the damn lifeboat when the women and children get in there first. You put a Black man on the corner.
I hope you're not. Okay. I hope you're not.
I'm sorry. There's no way you can convince
I hope you're not a male chauvinist, Judge.
Okay, now to be clear, he says he's a male chauvinist, not a misogynist. So let's go here.
Judge, I hope you're not a male chauvinist.
I am a male chauvinist.
Okay, there we go. So let me correct myself. I misspoke. I thought he said that he was a misogynist. He's saying that he's a male chauvinist. Okay, so let me be clear about that. Okay, I want to make sure that I didn't again, I was paraphrasing anyway, but just to be clear. All right, here we go.
Radio DJ One Nation.
Yes, I was just as appalled as you are. Really, truly, I was totally flabbergasted, totally taken aback. Dr. Umar Johnson versus Judge Joe Brown. Who would have thought it? Who would have thunk it? But it happened.
Now, real quick, a male chauvinist is a man who believes that women are inferior to men and treats them as such. That's a misogynist too, I guess. It's nearly the same. Let's go to the Cambridge Dictionary, and then we'll close out the show. A man who believes that women are naturally less important, intelligent, or able than men, and so does not treat them and women, do not treat men and women equally. And that's what Judge Joe Brown admitted to. Excuse my kids. They so loud. They got a friend over too, and they just they were up late making all this noise last night. Then they sleep in until like 2 p.m. and now they just running amok. Anyway, I'm not complaining about it. That's just how it go. Okay, we're gonna end it right there. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. I hope you guys are enjoying these sessions where I'm typing out notes. I actually enjoy them. I'll plan on doing another one tomorrow. Okay, but don't hold me to it. But I'm gonna try my best to do another one tomorrow, and then Christmas, New Year's Eve. Let me go check this poll real quick before we. You can't hear the kids? Okay, yeah, they in there yelling and making crazy. They having a good time though, so I ain't gonna. Let me go look at this poll real quick just so I can see where it's at. Okay, so the question is, would you be interested in a New Year's Eve marathon? Wow, there's 800 votes already. 811 votes. 82% say yes, and 18% say no. Okay, so we're gonna do it. We'll do it. The only thing I have to ask, we got to figure out what videos we're going to be covering, because I don't want to do. We could do some of this, but I would much rather pick some videos, some of the all-time great Umar videos, if you will, and we can cover those. I do know I want to do the Zora rant and take notes on that, because I haven't taken notes on that. So what I plan on doing is tomorrow I'll put a community tab. I may even just do a video that's not a live stream, but record a video and make the announcement that, yeah, I'll do that. That'd be better, especially for marketing. I'll upload a video tomorrow, and I'll tell people we will be doing a marathon for New Year's Eve, but that I'm going to ask people to type in the comment section, type in some videos that you guys would be interested in us taking a look at. Now, I highly doubt that we'll do the SETI rant, because we did that more recently, but I know people are probably going to post that one. But if there's other videos that you guys can think of that would be good for us to take a look at, we can do the school announcement video. We can do some of the when Umar was giving the school tours. We can do those when it was dark inside. And so on that particular video, if you guys can post any suggestions, and then from that I'll pick maybe 6 videos, maybe 7 videos, and we'll watch that for the marathon for New Year's Eve. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. I hope you enjoyed the show. I want to thank everyone, the mods for handling business too. I also want to thank everyone in the Quick Chat. Okay, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I want to thank everyone who sent in super chats. If you send in cash apps or PayPal, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. And to close out, let's go ahead and play that tune. It's #1 in Africa for a week straight.
See your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny feet.
You're welcome, Maddie.
In the winter light, so she's my
Let's get them snow bunnies. We need them snow bunnies.
This love us God is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out of control.
It's me against
There we go.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the ball.
You're welcome,
Everything's
Gary.
alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Dancing till the light. With my snow bunny love. Then party by the night.
See your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny feet.
Yo, wow.
In the winter light, so she's my sweet dust of free. Touch to my nose, this love us God is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me against the light.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the ball. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Dancing till the light. With my snow bunny love. Then party by the night.
see your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny feet. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dust of free. Touch to my nose, this love us God is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me against the light.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the ball. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Dancing till the light. With my snow bunny love. Then party by the night.
see your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny feet. In the winter light, so she's my sweet dust of free. Touch to my nose, this love us God is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out of control.
Bunny love. It's me
Yo,
against the light.
crazy.
Snow bunny.
Moving on the ball. Everything's alright. Got that smooth soul feel.
No, that's
Dancing till the light. With my snow bunny love. Then party by the night.
see your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny feet. In the winter
Yeah, this is the jam. I was grooving the whole time. Shout out to Information Man, brother. Thank you so much for tuning on in. I appreciate you. Miguel Jackson. Yes, Miguel. His real name is Rico. We used to call him Rico Jackson, but we upgraded him to Miguel Jackson. All right. Thank you guys so much with the 3-eared bunny. Okay. Okay, I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Okay, love y'all. Cook Fresh Chats Undefeated, and I'll talk to y'all very, very soon. Y'all take care. Peace.